Oh, live.
Oh, banging.
Yeah, mate. We got her. She's here.
Yeah, man.
She's probably
She's
checking if
alright.
everyone's in the right place.
I don't know
Hello.
what she is.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to OKKO Club, episode 21. OKKO Club is now legally able to drink in like every country, which is pro. Today, we are doing the one and only Kuroko no Basket. Kuroko's Basketball.
Basketball
Season
which
1.
Kuroko plays.
Yes. And so, as always, I am joined by my two wonderful co-hosts, Cam, Tensei Twister, and Ebby, Bizarre Jelly 5, who has just returned from an explosion.
The void.
I'll explain. I will
An
explain.
adventure.
And our wonderful guest today is the only person we could ever have for an episode on Kuroko, the Kuro Queen herself,
The girl
Miss
queen.
HappiLeeErin.
Hello.
You
Thank
right?
you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So for anyone out there who doesn't know, which is probably about one person maybe, Erin,
I mean, what?
what? Who are you and what do you do? Who
I
is your
am
daddy
Erin.
and what does he do?
My daddy. Well, let me tell you. I am Erin of HappiLeeErin. I am an anime reviewer, and I also do lots of anime first impressions about whatever anime I kind of want to, mostly stuff that's coming out every season. And I also do a manga podcast called Manga Pod, where we talk about manga, either part or all of it, every single week on Tuesday. And I also do mental health awareness videos, and I am obsessed with Kuroko no Basket. It's my favorite thing in the entire world, so I'm excited to talk about it.
It's gonna be good.
Gonna be
Shout out
good.
to
So-
your first impression on Orenchi no Furojijo, because that show.
That show. That show's so cute.
Go on, then, Ebby. Why were we delayed today, Ebby? Why are
We
you
were
late?
delayed today because first I went to make a cup of tea and muted my Skype because my door's like horrifically loud. So I was like, I'll be kind, mute my Skype. Got back, Skype had crashed, couldn't unmute myself, so I quit Skype, and then it wouldn't start again. So I rebooted my computer, it wouldn't start. I tried it 3 times and it would not start, and then randomly it started. So here I am. It wasn't my internet, it was my computer. Just being a butt.
Oh no,
When
that's
does that
so
all the time?
sad.
It's amazing.
So I kinda need to like sort this out.
This
Oh,
is
it's
what
crashed again. Wonderful. Okay, it's back. Never mind. I'm fine.
Smash it.
Oh my god, my heart is
We've
so
just gone live.
Don't do
Everything's
that.
exploded
We just
again.
abandon the stream.
I just gotta go with it. Just gotta go with it.
Keep
Anyway,
going.
Right.
let's do the
Should
pick
we-
on
I was
someone
gonna say,
time.
should we talk about some balls now?
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Let's
Yeah, I'm
bounce
excited to talk about all
onwards
the
into the
balls.
rest of this. And I'm gonna pick on Cam today.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I
Cam
reacted
starting.
a little bit too heavily then, and my chair kind of went ooh.
If you'd literally just fallen out of your
Yeah.
chair,
It would have been
which
very.
which reminds me that I did that once for comedic effect, where I intentionally fell out of my chair, and then someone walked into my room and was like, "Are you all right?"
We
was
were on
like, oh,
Skype
it's-
when that
It's,
Yeah.
it's because
I launched myself out of my chair as a joke, and someone was genuinely concerned. I was like, "No, I'm fine."
I know from experience that falling out of chairs is loud.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think he was in the kitchen, and he's just like, "Oh shit!" as Alan just like topped himself.
Right.
Anyway.
Yes,
Basketball
it's good,
of
isn't
the
it?
Kuroko variety.
So
Oh, can I say just before you stop, please don't spoil season 2. I haven't started it yet. So
neither have I.
no one in
Yes.
chat
Yeah.
say anything about
Shut
season
up!
2.
Yeah.
Kagami dies.
No.
You have to
Spoilers.
really.
And then Aomine dyes his hair like black and red, and then just kind of stands in.
Yeah.
It's like-
What, and bleaches his
It's
skin
really-
a bit.
yeah, yeah.
It's really sad later on.
It's a bit weird, especially when Kuroko finds out. Anyway, there's not really much that I can say about Kuroko, considering that everyone who I've spoken to about Kuroko has basically said, "Yeah, you'll love it," and it's, I don't know, basically everything that I've been told to expect from this anime, it delivered. So it was everything I wanted and everything I expected, and it was genius. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say, really. I like the characters. I felt it did some interesting stuff. The thing that really stuck out to me the most is the fact that like the last match of the series wasn't involving Seirin. It was like two different school teams, but because like in other series that I've seen, if you had two different teams that weren't, you know, the main characters' teams, it would be like, oh, you get to see them for like 10 minutes. Whereas this match got 2 full episodes, and that was awesome, especially considering that episode actually highlighted some of my favourite characters now in the entire thing. But we'll talk about that more when we go on to the characters. But yeah, basically, I wasn't disappointed at all. Unfortunately, I don't think I was really surprised either. Like, I really, really like it, don't get me wrong, but I feel like my experience was ruined slightly by how many people told me, this is fucking amazing. So, of course, I went in expecting that, and I got it, which is cool, but it would have been nice to have been surprised by it. I don't know. Yeah,
because that's what happened with me. I'll jump in next, because when I first watched this show, it was before I joined J-Taku, and I'd basically heard about it. I'd heard like Garnet and people talking about it, and I was like, this was when I used to review Anime Weekly, and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to review, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to sit back and watch this basketball show because I can't be bothered to do anything. And I was just like, by episode 2, by when Kagami breaks the hoop in episode 2, I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. So I knew nothing about it. This was my first sports anime, and I was just sold on the genre from there on. Like, since, like, it's not my favourite sports series anymore because I've seen some I prefer thereafter, and watching it a second time, I definitely enjoyed it less than I did the first time because I've seen this other stuff, and also because I've seen season 2. But man, I loved it from moment one. It's just like, it just watched itself. It was over. Not much more to say. It's so, just rams itself through. It's so fast paced. It's just entertainment in the purest form. There's so little that I can say against it, because it's just the way it's meant to be. And it just makes me smile, and it's happy. And many more positive phrases and exclamations. Ebby.
Yep. I was worried,
Kuroko
actually.
is my old husband, Haru is the worst, now bye.
I can't ever say that because I have an 18,000 yen alarm clock that wakes me up every morning by Haru telling me that there's some mackerel ready, so he's for life. But I was really worried about watching Kuroko because a lot of people really like it, and a lot of people have been saying, you're really gonna like it, and I was worried that it was maybe going to be a little bit overhyped for me in some way, because obviously I had no idea what I was getting into. But that wasn't the case, and I'm kind of surprised by that. I think that was the biggest surprise for me, though. Like you were saying, you weren't surprised by anything that happened in the show or whatever, or by how much you liked it, Cam. I was surprised that it wasn't overhyped for me. And I was surprised that I was surprised. It was like, it was really weird. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. It was just, Kuroko had a lot to do with it, because Lou described him as Land Haru earlier today, and I was like, yes.
To be fair, I think Kuroko was probably the one thing about this series that surprised me the most, because I was not expecting that guy to be the main character.
He's so not a shonen protagonist.
Exactly.
Exactly. Kagami is very much so the shonen, to the point where like people will just go, "Why isn't it named Kagami's Basketball? I don't understand. Why would Kuroko be considered the main character?"
Because he's adorable.
Well, it's not really a show with a main character. It's a very typical case of a dragonist, and they're both pretty much as important as each other, and it's more a case of them as a team. So if anything, it should be Kuroko and Kagami's Basketball as sort of a correct title, but that'd just be a mouthful.
Yeah.
Kuroko's got blue hair, so...
I guess it's also like my first proper sports show, because...
Do you not count Haikyuu as a proper sports show?
Oh yeah, actually. I didn't.
It's not a proper
Wait a
sport.
minute.
Well, to be fair, volleyball isn't a real sport.
It's all right, because Haikyuu is just watered down Kuroko anyway.
But
like loads of people tell me that Free's not a sports show.
It's Haikyuu without the superpowers.
Yeah. A lot of people basically say to me, Free's not a proper sports show, so I was like, but I like it, and it's got sports in it, so why can't it be? But I wasn't disappointed, basically. I really liked it in the end.
Yeah.
Basically, as a summation, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I have rewatched Kuroko no Basket season 1, I think 3 times now, 3 or 4. I originally fell in love with the manga because I found out that I was on some like website randomly and it's like, watch like, or this manga is getting an anime. It's a basketball. And I was like, oh, I haven't read a sports manga in forever, so I'll check it out. And I marathoned all like 80 chapters that were out within like a few hours. It might have been like 100 and some, but I just like blasted through all of these chapters and got so hyped for the anime to come out. And so when the anime was coming out, I watched it episode by episode. And then I got my husband to watch it, so I got him into it, and so I watched it again. And then we had a big anime pajama party where we watched it a third time with a bunch of people over. And for me, I do agree that like watching it through, like as it goes on, it's much easier for me to pick out different episodes and watch those instead of like marathoning through the entire thing. Like I do think like it gets a little bit tedious when I watch through it more and more. But I still love it. Like I've loved it ever since I read the manga, and I was really happy with the anime because it was such a good adaptation of the manga too, especially that first season, considering the budget in terms of animation that it was. I was really happy with the first season overall, for sure. I love it. I love it so much. Like everybody said, I love the characters. I love the basketball moves. I love the development. I love the friendships and the teams and everything. And there's just so many different characters that are all really well written that it's really impressive. And I just love that fact.
Yeah.
Okie dokie fokies. Let's plow on to the main meat then. And I think we should start by talking about literally the first 30 seconds of every episode, like from you two, Evie.
Oh my god.
And Cam,
oh my god.
when it's just like, this is
Oh
the
my
generation of miracles, this is
Oh
the
my
god
god.
school, this is the thing, like,
Oh my
what
god, right after
on that alone
that,
were you?
No, after that, until episode 20, the opening and recap sometimes took like 4 minutes, and I was like,
Yeah.
could you please not? Could you please not do that? Because I'd prefer to just watch the
I'll
anime.
tell you what it was, right? I was really confused because episode 20 was the first episode where they didn't use it, and I thought the opening had changed. And I was like, have they changed the opening at episode 20? That's really random. And I was just like, hang on a minute. No, they haven't. They've just taken the intro out. And then I was like,
you're just
thank
get
God.
thrown off. You're like, what?
Exactly, yeah. And I was like, I might actually watch the opening now.
Yeah, that is proper known, because you can't like not skip it, but but Crunchyroll just kind of explodes when you do that kind of skippage in the browser.
Yeah.
I managed to
And
Jimmy
there's like random times where like they'll change it up with the recap, or they'll add in like 2 seconds of the new scene, and you're like, wait, what? Did I miss that?
Yeah.
What's happening?
That's my
the
biggest
recaps
problem with
get
Kuroko.
Generation
Yeah.
of Miracles. Phantom Six
that
Man.
like that music tone as it's like going into their shadows. It's like do 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 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
I
are
think-
really tedious,
I think
especially
I
if
think,
you're
yeah,
marathoning it.
definitely. I think the less
Mhm.
said
I
about the
watched,
intro, the
like-
better.
Yeah, I watched like 15 episodes in a row, and I'm like, have we not got over this yet? Because I got
I get
it.
it.
It's like,
Get it.
start
Yeah.
talking along with it. Know it off by heart.
Definitely was irritating, because when I did my rewatch, it was last Sunday, and me and a couple of friends marathoned it, and it was great fun. But yeah, skipping through everything was a bit of a bore, like, especially with Crunchyroll just like exploding every now and then.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I think
Just doing that freeze thing.
next time I watch Kuroko, I think I'm definitely gonna have to do it with friends, because I can just imagine it being so much more fun.
Yeah, man, I'm doing season 2
It's
this coming
really
Sunday
fun.
with the same people. It's going to be so sick.
Amazing.
It's so fun because it's just like watching. It's like watching a real sports game too, like an IRL one. If you're with people who love watching it and just fans of it, and it just you get that hype feeling, and you can
Yeah.
all be like,
Mhm.
"Oh, what? Oh!" It's really fun.
That sounds
Only there's like
fun.
less
You
room
just
on the
sat
bed
there,
to
like,
jump around.
Or it's like, yeah,
like that last
jumping.
match. Just that
Oh,
last match. I was just sat
God.
there like this the whole time. I was just like, oh my god.
Just goosebumps everywhere, constantly.
It was a very good match. Just putting that out there.
So good.
But before that happened, okay, so first thing, before we actually get to our first match, it's like they're introducing stuff, and then probably the first major thing to talk about is when you actually first see Kuroko play basketball.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't-
And it's just like, oh, what's he like? And it's like, wow, you're shit. It's like, why are his numbers so low?
His numbers, yeah, Riko's
with
ability.
my magic data eyes.
And then
I
there's
love
Kagami,
that, but
who's
those, it's like little frogs and hearts
Yeah.
and just like really random shit that you really. Don't know
I just found it funny how Kagami's pecs were actually over 9,000.
I mean, I don't disagree.
But that was brilliant because, like, that for the first time that happened, was like, yeah, she can do this because her dad's a personal trainer. It's like, oh, okay, so what the fuck can her dad do? It's like I could give people muscles with my laser beam vision. I just spin people with like spray tan eyes.
Oh yeah.
I think that is, yeah, it's pretty much exactly what he does.
I
Yeah.
think Kuroko as a protagonist was a real surprise because I was like, he's just going to be amazing at basketball immediately. Like, as soon as they mentioned this, like, Phantom Sixth Man, I was like, well, that's Kuroko, clearly. And then he was just really bad, and that made me smile a little bit.
One thing that I do really like about this show as a whole is how they portray Kuroko's lack of presence. Because they literally just will not put him in scenes at all. He will only appear when he does something. So you'll see a shot of the entire court, and Kuroko just isn't there. He literally just isn't in the shot at all, and then suddenly, oh, there he is.
Yeah, or they'll have like just a little bit of his like a lock of blue hair just randomly behind people. Yeah, like it's really creative, the direction on how they choose to put him into scenes, and that if you have to really look for him.
Yeah.
In a lot of
it's like Where's Wally, only with basketball.
Where's the blue-haired kid?
It was amazing.
Yeah, I really like how they first show Kuroko's abilities as like, yo, he's really unassuming. And so you're expecting, like you guys are saying, you're expecting him to be blowout, like just freaking amazing because his name's in the title and it's a sports event. You're just like, oh, obviously, if he's part of the Generation of Miracles, who are these crazy good basketball prodigies, and he's one of them, and his name's in the title, there's no way he's not just going to be like, super duper awesome, really cool. And then at first you're just like, oh, he's not, he's okay. And then you see him start doing the passing, and you're like, oh, he's a lot cooler now.
It's like, oh, okay,
there's a process that happens when you're learning about
the thing I love about that the most as well is the fact that it literally takes 20 minutes before someone because like Kuroko's ability is obviously beyond anything that's like truthful in the world. So the fact that got introduced in the first like 25 minutes, I was just like, yes, if the main character has this ability from the get-go, then it can only go up from
anyone can do anything.
Yeah, exactly. The sky is the limit.
Literally, the sky is the limit, and that I can see the court from the sky.
Oh my
jump
god!
So high. Oh, sorry, I was using my left leg the entire time. Let me use my right leg. Boom!
It's like, oh wow, that made a huge difference. Okay.
It's Spring-Heeled Jack over here.
I'm gonna fight him in the air. Aerial battle.
Thing is, though,
what?
Something that Ollie brought up when watching this was he was like, some of the ridiculous jumps and stuff Kagami does is actually fairly realistic.
Yeah.
He was showing me like some Michael Jordan stuff and was like, that's not possible. He like that kind of ridiculous jumping distance and height is possible by ridiculous people. But
that's something with
not by a kid in high school.
I mean, the thing is though, as well, Michael Jordan is like a professional basketball player who's been playing it for all his life, and Kagami is a high schooler. He's a first-year high schooler that can jump the same height, which is ridiculous.
That's the thing with like all of the abilities in Kuroko. They're all like have just the tiniest, most minimal slither of like reality. Like it may have happened one time just for no reason whatsoever in one basketball game, but like the Fujimaki, the original mangaka, he'll like put it in there and just make it super duper crazy and be like, hey, it happened this one time. Let's see how crazy we can get with it.
Except for Midorima. I just cannot like Midorima's ability to be able to... He can shoot from Iran and get it in the basket in the North Pole. But like across that way around the world. Boosh.
And every time he turns around and does his little glasses
I love how he turns and walks away. He's just like, yeah, cool guys don't look at shots.
It's because he's
in the
an aimbot.
Yeah.
Is it an aimbot?
It's an aimbot.
It goes through walls and everything.
Somebody tries to prove it because they get like a little fake hoop and they just kind of wave it around. And
just moving.
But yeah.
Anyway, so first match, we have the little practice game with Kisei's team, whose name I've forgotten, and Seirin. I'm sure Erin knows. What's Kisei's team
Kaijo.
called? Kaijo.
Kaijo.
And then
Best
it's just
team,
like,
best team. I love Kaijo.
love
They're the,
them.
they're
and
the
then
best.
this dickhead coach is like, yeah, you got the half court because you're not good enough for our regulars,
Yeah.
mate. And then in comes the flipping moment where I just explode, and the bit that they show in flashbacks like 10 times later in the show, and they're running, and they do it, and he breaks the hoop, and it's like,
Oh,
it was
it's
amazing.
So good.
And
So good. He
I
just,
was just like,
he's
well, what
so
did,
surprised by it too.
I was like,
He's
well, what
just
did you
like,
expect?
oh,
She
shoot.
just dunked in a hoop that was held on the wall by blue tack.
He didn't. It's just when he pulls it up, he doesn't realise he's actually broken
he's
it
like-
up until he looks at
He's
his hand.
just so stoked.
What's this?
Yeah. You have that little pass from like Kuroko to Kagami when it happens. It's so good. I love it.
Gotta admit, I was kind of like, considering Kisei was like the first guy other than Kuroko that we met who was in the Generation Miracles, I was kind of underwhelmed by the team at first because I was like, well,
But they're so
no,
good.
they're alright.
They're so good. Oh man, I'll talk. I'll
didn't,
talk
like, hit
more
me.
about them later on when we actually get to their like their proper match. But I love these guys
Yeah.
so much. I mean, to be fair, in that first match, you don't really get much of them.
Yeah,
you
that's
just
what
kind
I'm-
of get Kisei. But
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, but I don't know if I was doing a very good job of it. But
you probably were. But then I interrupted with my Kai. What's that?
You
What's
just
that
have
name
so
again?
many.
Kaijo.
Kaijo
Kaijo hype.
feelings.
Kaijo hype. I just know it's Kisei's
I like
team.
Kisei because, you know, he's a pretty boy, but
'Cause
it
you
annoys
want
me
him
that
to
he
give
wears
you
his
a
like
Kisei?
little.
He wears an earring.
That annoys me because I'm like, surely not.
Yeah,
Surely
that's
that would get
dangerous.
ripped out because
Yeah.
we weren't like, I used to play netball in school and we weren't allowed to wear like earrings or any sort of jewelry or anything
Yeah.
because it was dangerous.
It is
So
dangerous.
Yeah, but he's a miracle. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
I don't give a crap. He needs to not
Generation
rip his
Miracle?
ear.
I mean, there are
Oh
like,
god, that I hate stories about when
I
that
can
happens.
count at
Like,
least 3 characters that wear their glasses onto the court, and surely that isn't safe.
Hey,
Probably
Yeah.
not.
it is.
There's
It's
a lot
got to
of
be
stuff
safe.
that happens.
No,
Because-
no. It's safe in that it's awesome, but
It's
it's not
best.
like
Safe me.
They got to get their Moe points on.
Yeah.
it's true. I love how they keep having to do the
Magane.
thing where they erase that like bit of the glasses so you can see
it's
their
just
eyes.
so they can show the eye.
It's almost as bad as when the only example that I can think of is Pokemon, when they have like James and his fringe goes down over his eyes, so they draw his eyes in over the top so you can see
Oh,
Oh
him.
the
man,
fringe,
when
too.
they
yeah.
do that in anime, it's so fun. It's like, just don't put the hair. It's just,
Give him a different hairstyle.
yeah. But yeah, no, I love Kisei. Like, he definitely, as we see him more often, especially in that final game. I know we were talking about the first one, but like, he always like, he comes off as just the pretty boy stereotype. Is like, I am a model and I have fangirls who follow me everywhere. But like, as you learn more about him, you realize that he is actually like a badass,
Yeah.
and he can be
Yeah.
super cool in that like just really like serious way. And I love watching him play. He's so cool and neat to see.
The thing I like the most about Kisei, I think, is, you know, when it comes to the Generation of Miracles, he's like the most approachable and most like personable
Yeah.
of all of them, because you've got
He's definitely like the most normal.
because you've got Midorima, who's a bit of a joik, and then you've got Aomine, who's just like grade A knob end, but in the best way possible. I love Aomine, but and then the purple guy who shows up right at the end. Obviously, I don't know much about him, but he's probably going to be a bit of a knob as well. Let's face it, or at least that's the impression that I got. So yeah, I mean, it's nice to have Kisei, who's he's one of these guys, but he's one of the good guys, as it were.
Yeah.
He's
I mean,
alright.
super cute.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
every
He
time,
seems the least like tainted.
Yeah,
dick
exactly.
face.
every time, this is just a bit of a jump in subject, but every time Midorima showed up, I can't speak. I just immediately thought of Yokorama. I couldn't not think of
Right?
Yokorama.
That is why whenever Yoku is not on Manga Pod, we find a different picture of Midorima and put him in his place. Like, he's our
I don't know
stand-in.
why. I'm just like, I can't
But
not
he-
like this guy because he reminds me too much of Yokorama.
It's so funny.
I think the main thing that makes Kisei seem all like much more approachable and everything, is just because he's like so much less arrogant than everyone else. Because you can.
He still got that streak of it too, though.
Yeah,
in
he's
him.
confident, but he's not a dick about it.
Yeah.
And he's Kakashi. So he's just like, I copy everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep.
So cool.
I don't know why, but characters with copy abilities are just the best characters. I don't know why. Even though they've probably got the most boring power out there.
Yeah,
Because their power is technically every power. He's the
I
kid.
was-
He's the kid on the playground when you're playing pretend and like, oh, what are you gonna do, Jimmy? Oh, I can breathe fire, yeah? What are you gonna do, Ned? Oh, I can go invisible. What about you? I can fly. What about you, Tommy? Oh, all of your powers, I can do them. He's Pete.
think-
He's Pete from Heroes.
The best
Yeah.
way to describe
Charlie.
is like I was watching it with my friends, and one of them forgot Kisei's name. He just referred to him as Ditto for the whole day. It's like, you know, Ditto, Ditto, dickhead with the yellow hair.
Dickhead with the L. What I love about, I agree, like, I love characters with copy abilities because it feels like the person creating them is like, okay, I'm making this character just copy everyone else. I need to give them personality, otherwise people are just going to hate them. And so
I'm
they
waiting
have
for
to
the
give them,
moment.
like, build up the personality to,
Yeah.
like, make sure it's more obvious. It's like, no, it's not just somebody who's copying everyone. They're actually their own person, too.
The reason why copy abilities are good though, and because I'm just waiting for this to happen with Kisei. You know, you can copy. There's going to be that inevitable moment where he goes, "I'm going to copy 2 people at once," and then suddenly that's when
Oh, double copy.
infinite possibilities just come out of that. What happens if I mix like Kuroko
That
with
would be Kuroko and
Aomine?
Kagami.
Yeah, at the same time, I'm going to become the ultimate basketball.
I'm gonna jump in the air and deceive you all from the sky.
He's just suddenly invisible.
Look over there, boing. It's gonna happen. I'm just waiting.
I
for
think
it.
one of
It'll be
the
pro.
best things that the first match did though is it sort of like lulls you into a full sense of security because you're like, oh, the Generation of Miracles are beatable. It's not that ridiculous.
Yeah, he doesn't, because Kisei doesn't seem all that at the start, does he? And then it all kind of goes downhill from there.
Yeah.
Although I suppose Midorima kind of helps build that up as well because he seemed fairly, like, not impossible like it was at the
Yeah.
start,
Yeah.
but
He showed weaknesses at the very
yeah.
least.
And then
Yeah.
you've got Aomine, where at the end of the match where it seemed like he drew out his full potential, the coach is just like, not the coach, the captain was just like, yeah, this isn't even the start. He's got a whole other level of this. I saw it once and I had to go to hospital. I went home crying to my mom. That's how badass he is.
Yeah. Yeah, it does a very good job of like with the setup, especially for Aomine, where Kisei's like the least arrogant, and then Midorima still pretty much an arrogant dickhead,
old
but
tsundere.
definitely less so than Aomine. And so by the time you get to Aomine, you're like, oh well, they already beat the two, and there's this really sad backstory between Aomine and Kuroko. Like, something good's gonna come from this match, and then the match is just like just breaks your heart. It's just so sad with what happens in it.
I don't want to talk about it.
But
I know.
Before we get to the Midorima
Right,
match,
before we get to that, yeah.
we have a couple of other little ones, including what I like to call the I guess obligatory anime racism that happens in every sports series.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, Papa!
Papa.
No, it's not as bad as in nowhere near as bad as in Ice Shield 21 with Panther being he can run faster than light because he's black and therefore magic.
Wait,
And
and
the
he's called
entire time-
Panther.
And he's called
Yeah,
Panther.
he's called Panther. And all of the sort of visual metaphors are him dressed as like a native Indian.
Oh
Or like
Oh my
but
God, sports anime is
literally
the
that
worst.
entire thing was literally just like, yeah, the reason why we can't run as fast as him is because he's black. And then in
Clearly.
like
Oh
Ippo, there's a
God.
black person who's
Ozma.
like,
Yeah,
he
there's-
can punch really hard
Yeah, there's
because
Ozma.
he's black.
And there's just all the characters, they can't speak Japanese as well. Like if you listen to the dub of Ippo, Ozma just can't speak a word of Japanese. He's there like oh.
Well, they do that with the guy in Kuroko as well. He's like,
Yeah, he's just
hello,
like-
little
Yeah.
boy, get the children off the court.
Children today off the court. Can we talk? Actually, this is just like a really random aside, but like right when they're naming him Papa because they can't remember his full name. When like Rico pulls up the phone to show them a picture of him, when Kuroko sees the cat and he gets like really excited, except it's just like this little ting of a star. He's just like, oh, cat.
It's foreshadowing number
no,
2.
It was just like a
missed the
tiny
chance.
little notice.
I missed the
But
chance
yeah.
to talk about the bit where Kuroko won't look at these guns, and he's
Oh.
like,
Oh my god, yeah.
that was my
That's like,
favorite
is you-
moment in the entire
You see
series.
little, yeah. You see little slowly because at the beginning you're like, oh, he's just this emotionless character, and slowly you start to see these little peaks of personality that just,
He's
which
so-
a lot of characters you're like, oh, they're these stereotypes, and then like slowly you get these little quirks with them
And then
that
there's
make
the
them
point
even
where
more
he uses his
enjoyable.
misdirection to sneak up on people on purpose, particularly Kagami. Which is like, it's like he's clearly
You
doing
know
this
that
on
he gets,
purpose.
he's clearly doing it on. He clearly gets some sick enjoyment out of it.
Of course he does. I know I would. If I had that ability, I'd just use it all the time.
Right?
Everything.
I would so do that.
I'd use it to cut in
Okay,
line in
being
the
friends
shops.
with you if you did that. Right, no, please.
Person who just about to like get them to the checkout to buy their cereal. Bang! I'm there.
Bang.
Give me these beans.
Smacking people's food out of their hands.
It's Food Wars.
Food wars.
Not
But
Food
yeah,
Wars,
like
Bento. That's the
Bento wars.
no Bento.
Bento wars. But yeah, with like Papa, it was really interesting because they showed Mitobe's defensive ability, so they gave like a little bit more opportunity to other players on
Yeah.
Saren as
Yeah.
well. And so it was nice to see like another player showing Kagami one of his weaknesses, so it like reinforced that hey, Kagami's really has a lot of raw talent, but he hasn't quite utilized all of it yet to be successful in all these different ways.
Considering
That's sort of
considering
what
that's still
this-
at the point that's still in the point in the series where Kagami's whole thing is basically I was in America for a bit, that's why I'm good at basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really tall too, you know.
I'm tall and I spent some time in America. Deal with it.
Because this sort of bridge of matches between Kisei and Midorima is sort of kind of dedicated to developing the other members of Seirin, because the match that follows against whatever the super defense team will call
Oh, the martial artists.
Yeah, the martial
Yeah, the guys that
artists
are just
with
like,
the bald,
we
the bald
is-
kid. Yeah,
and it
Oh,
was
that
just
bald
like
kid was hilarious.
because that match was just all about the other guys and how we got wrecked by these guys last year, and now it's time to
Yeah.
get revenge.
Oh, and then just when unfortunately I've forgotten like the other Seirin team members' names, but the
I can help.
captain with the glasses.
Hyuga.
Yeah, when he just goes into like clutch time mode, and the veil comes off, and he's just like, right, we are going to destroy these bastards.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
And
we
if you're
got
not with
dude.
me, I'll destroy you too.
There's
Yeah.
Duty with his bird's eye view power.
It's
It's like,
eagle eye.
I
I can
can
see
see-
everything.
Funny.
Except
I
Kuroko.
can see the court from the sky because I'm amazing.
Yeah.
That's such like a weird ability. I've never been able to wrap my head around that one. I've just been like, oh, okay, you can just see everything. Okay.
Well, I think the key is not you wrapping your head around it; it's him wrapping his own head around.
Oh, is that what it is? I've been
He's
going
actually-
about all wrong way.
He's actually a parasite.
Oh man. Crossover.
Then
Him and
there's
that
the
guy,
guy who
that
just
other
doesn't.
guy that
Then
can
there's
do
the
it.
guy who just doesn't speak, who's like really good at defense.
Yeah, me too, man.
And the guy that like he shoots from all ranges, and he
Oh.
misses sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
And he's got the
jack of all
cat.
trades, master of none.
Oh, man.
Kogane, yeah. He's so fun. He's always so sad. He's like, why would you say that about me?
We're not special. Ooh.
I always
Yeah.
feel
And
bad
then you've
for
got
him.
and then you've got the other first years that just don't seem to matter at all.
Yeah.
I assume they'll kind of
The
come into
third
their
year
own
kid.
more later on, but yeah, they kind of seem like non-entities at the moment. I don't think I've ever seen them. I think I've seen them on the court maybe once.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were mostly there for the Japanese lunchtime rush episode was the most.
This is
percent. And
Japanese
then
lunchtime rush.
They actually kind of like poke fun at that when they like meet or oh wait, no, that was a different thing. Sorry, I was thinking of something else.
This is
There's a
Japanese
moment.
lunchtime rush.
There's a moment in the OVA and in the manga when they have a test episode. I don't know, like, if you guys have heard of that. There's, like, this test episode, and, like, Kagami runs into the other third years and, like, says their names, and the third years go, oh, you finally remembered our names? It's been, like, 3 months. And so it's just, like, this joke about, like, how they're there, but nobody really ever remembers them.
So the scene on the roof as well. We've got to mention that. I really like.
Oh,
that
yeah.
scene. When they have to like call out their goals for the year. That was amazing. I really like that.
I want to know what Kuroko is going to say.
He's gonna be the best.
He did write like the thing in the grass with the chalk.
True. Oh yeah. You would have just shouted that. I just loved how he pulled out his megaphone.
Can I use this?
Like, where did you get?
It's not like he's shy. He's totally willing to do it.
Oh. And he blatantly stole that from a shop because he'd be so good at shoplifting.
Right?
If Kuroko used his powers for evil.
Nega Kuroko.
That's the guy with the red hair,
Kuroko
anyway.
Akashi.
Akashi. He just looks like evil Kuroko. What I've seen of him so far, foreshadowed, he is just Kuroko with red hair and a frown.
And different eyes.
He's got heterochromia as well. I assume he's got some sort of crazy superpower based around his golden eye.
He's got a basketball eye, basically.
He's got the world.
An
He
eye
can
for
stop
basketball.
time. That's going to be his power.
Stop time.
Yeah. Zawardo!
He's actually got the golden eye, interplanetary laser beam.
No, because he's anti-Kuroko. He's got the opposite of Kuroko's power, where he draws all attention onto himself.
Everyone can see it.
So every other member of the team is just unnoticeable. So the next thing you know, the other team have just scored like 80 points. Where did they go? I was too busy staring at Redhead Kid.
I'm pretty sure Toho's manager's got that going on. She's wear a low-cut top and she'll just do that job for the team.
Yeah. Momoy. Oh, Momoy.
I want to talk about her. So can we hurry up and get there?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, Midorima match.
The girls.
Midorima. I love Midorima.
Oh, yeah.
He's amazing. He's so
I
quirky
love
because he's just like. I think the fact is he's got this like projected archetype where he's the guy with the glasses. He's the calculating bastard, and he's all like, oh, I know everything. I can shoot the shot, and because I've calculated it so. He's basically the Ray. Of Kuroko no Basket, except it's not like science or anything at all. It's just the fact that I read my horoscope today, told me I was gonna win, so I've got my lucky raccoon toy, and I've taped up my hands because I'm weird.
Oh my god!
Why did he do that? I didn't quite understand why he did that.
It's to protect his fingers, I think, is what it is.
Yeah.
Something like that, or
it seems like it would be really unaffected.
It's something to do. So
that's why he files his nails. Like they have to be the perfect shape.
I think it's something to do with the fact that it gives him a better grip because he doesn't use them for anything except holding the ball.
Yeah.
I like to think that you're correct.
I love that he comes off as they build him up as this other really intimidating character, and he's just really a huge nerd.
He's just another Joker. He's like, his idea of the perfect disguise is wearing a different pair of sunglasses.
Oh my god!
How did you know it was me?
That toy that pops up.
Yeah. Midorima, why are you here? I was just passing by. You live on the other side of town. I was just passing by.
He's just
He's a dork. That's what he is.
Dork. He's the biggest dork.
And that's why.
And then
you
have Kako, who's his teammate, too, who's the complete opposite personality. He calls him Shinchan.
And then just spies on him as well.
Oh, that guy.
That guy. What did you guys think about him?
He was great.
It was hilarious.
He's just
He was just so sort of Genki and annoying.
He's such a little shit. He's a little shit.
I think he was great in contrast, when you put aside Midorima. I just think
he's a good foil to Midorima, so they work really
They're-
well. That is one
they're
thing that I
good
do
to
like
do.
about this show, aside from other team-based sports anime that I've seen, is the team dynamic does really kind of shine through, even for the opposing teams. So you've got Kisei's team, Midorima's team. It's not really the whole team; it's just a couple of people at this stage. But I reckon it'll expand. And then of course you've got Aomine's team as well, who just they all seem to have their own personalities too, and it just seems to click so well. It's great.
There's so much chemistry between every single team, even though they all get some time dedicated to them, but with the limited amount of time that they do get, it's really impressive how much chemistry we do get to see from other characters
Especially
that aren't the main.
a lot of it is just moments where Midoriya's just give me the ball the whole time and I'll win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Bull.
Oh, did you think that was my distance limit? I can do it from over there, laddie.
It's like, and then he's like on the other end of the court, and he does the glasses turn around thing, just walks off the court.
Yeah.
just
You guys
leaves.
don't look at dunks.
I want that
sweet,
to happen
sweet
sometimes.
shots. It's amazing.
Shots.
Oh, but it's fine though. It's completely acceptable because it takes him longer to do those shots, so that's a-okay.
That's how it
Longer
works.
setup, duh.
That's like saying Kuroko's misdirection ability only lasts for 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, it loses its effectiveness. It's just like,
And he gets-
that's not how misdirection works.
Hold on.
Sports
40
science.
minutes should be enough, shouldn't it? Because a quarter is 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, but you get
I
two
know you've got
timeouts.
like.
You get
I know you've got your timeouts.
you get
and
two
stuff, but
2
can't you
minute
just like go
timeouts
away
every
for a bit?
quarter. There's an
Yeah.
intermission between the two halves that's 10 minutes, and then I think it's 5 minutes between quarters.
Does it? Yeah.
So
Does it
Can't you
count?
just go and like
when
stand
they're not
somewhere
on the
else?
court though. They
I
just
assume-
like,
I assume- I
they just like
assume
put a
so.
blanket over him. They set him on the
not
bed,
there.
just like cover him with a blanket.
I reckon that's how they do it anyway. They just get like a basketball court coloured blanket. And he just like,
He lays
and he
down
just
on the
pokes his
ground
hand out and
like,
passes.
They're like, I really don't think this is.
I love it when he
legal."
does the cheeky like tap outs. It's like boom.
Yes.
I want to take.
How cool!
No,
At
next
the
match.
beginning of the Shutoku Midorima's team versus Saren match, when we see Kuroko do that first like full court pass to Kagami,
Yeah, that was
He does the
sick.
spin.
so wind up. Ah!
That move is beaten by one other pass, and you all know exactly what I'm talking about. The ignite pass is just that
Yeah,
one
man.
move that just makes me go, "Oh, I did the fucking ignite pass!"
He punched the ball. He punched
You
the
know
ball.
that one's cool because it's
in-
got a name.
Yeah, exactly.
In
the ignite
the
pass.
in the original manga, it when the chapter first came out with him doing the ignite pass for the first time, he actually punched the ball. And it came out, and people were like, "You can't legally do that. You can't punch the ball in basketball." And so, in like the volume, he changed it to do like the fist thing, like that. And so that's why it is in
That's
the
cool,
anime, but
yeah.
it's just really
So
funny.
Fist.
Wouldn't
It's a
be
bit-
as effective, and it'd probably hurt your wrist really
No,
bad.
it would hurt so bad.
I mean, palm fisting it would potentially it'd be better than punching it, because if you punched it, the ball would just
Yeah.
go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just,
But I mean, at least that's sort of feasible. It's more feasible
Yeah.
than punching it anyway, and
It
it's
does-
got a better name than the one man alley oop.
But
man,
are
Ellie.
we seriously talking about logic in an anime
Yes.
where the main
Basically.
character is invisible most of the time?
invisible.
Exactly.
A main character with blue hair.
The
is
only
invisible.
reason the thing is though, there is logic behind it. The only reason that Kuroko is invisible half the time is because he's just not drawn in. So that's how it works.
They just literally forget about it.
You
But yeah,
genuinely
that
just-
Shutoku match was really fun. It was a really fun match.
another
to see,
thing.
especially it being a real one.
yeah.
The Shutoku match had, without a doubt, the best, like, because it was so hype because of the chanting. Because it was the only match that had, like, a proper chant.
Shutoku.
I say one
Shutoku.
So good.
One thing that Kuroko needs to step its game up on is the chants, because I just feel like Haikyuu had so many good chants.
Oh my god,
and
Haikyuu was amazing
really-
with that.
Right.
Yeah,
But-
Kuroko doesn't have as much like off-court support. It feels like
Yeah.
it's all about what's happening
He
on the
sort
court.
of sat there with his friend explaining to us what's happening, just in case
Yep.
we didn't get it.
Yeah,
Which was helpful
which is
because I don't know
nice.
the
Which is
basketball,
nice. Yeah,
so-
it's and like it feels really natural when they do that too, because it's people that actually understand the game and like we've seen before, and so it's like nice
And
to get
they
those
also-
characters more, and then also see them explaining what we may not understand is happening. Yeah.
Because I had no idea why Midorima could do the ball thing.
Do the
Put it in
ball
the hoop.
thing.
Do the
Yep.
ball thing.
Because he read his
I used to
horoscope.
play netball.
It's
so
because
this is just-
he's fucking amazing, man.
He read his horoscope.
Uh,
He bought his like
Yeah,
lucky
his
toy.
cat, his Chinese cat.
He's good to go.
But I definitely felt like, as well in the Aomine match, where Kisei and Midorima were sort of explaining to us, like, oh, by the way, he was the ace of the Generation of Miracles. He's a real big deal. Because otherwise, they would have just been like, man, he's really good at basketball.
Yeah.
He's also a bit of a knob.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's kind of a jerk.
But he's really good at
we'll
basketball.
get it.
And he's voiced by Archer.
I am the bone of my ball.
Balls are my body.
Net is my blood.
Net is my blood.
I have dunked over 1,000 hoops.
This is happening.
Yeah, of course it is.
Anyway, another thing I want to mention.
92s? Oh, sorry.
From the Midorima match, it's also sort of the next level of ascension for Kagami's super legs.
Yes.
It's like
Super legs activate.
it's just like, oh shit, he stopped it, and he's evolving in the match, and it's just like, oh, how many more times can you do that jumpy thing? I could do it as many times as I want.
He literally breaks his legs.
Yeah.
We missed talking about the bit where Kuroko got like elbowed in the head and started bleeding everywhere, and I don't think that was very realistic.
Yeah. And he like passes. He's like, I'm fine, and then just passes out.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
I love the relationship between Kagami and Kuroko, that like they work together really well, but there's times where you're like, do they like each other? And they're just constantly beating each other up.
My favourite bit for that is when Kagami just starts popping off at one point and Kuroko just knees him in the back of the legs and he's like, calm down. He's like, oh. Because that was just so cute. It was just like...
Or like the part watching Kuroko punch Kagami in the face during the Midorima match, and then like Kagami punches him back.
He just has a complete disregard for danger.
Yeah. Love it. Kuroko takes nobody's crap.
Yeah,
man, that's why he's amazing.
Yeah.
For such, it's the fact that he comes across as such a meek character, and then he just goes and does these outlandish things. It's just like this kid's amazing.
So good.
Like when he starts on that friggin' gang of thugs in that street match, and it's just like they could have we beat them at the basketball match. What if they turned around and tried to fight us? We would be soup by this point.
I like that he's just like, you would have gotten destroyed.
That's what he does. Check out these guns, isn't it?
You would have gotten destroyed. And he's like, yeah, I know. I mean, look at these guns. I don't have to.
They were being mean to basketball senpai.
Yeah.
They had to step in.
Stand up for their dignity.
And then they played them again later on in one of the matches, and they're just like,
and they're instantly terrified.
That was awesome. They didn't even put up a fight.
Yeah. And everybody's like, what? Was that easier than you expected it to be for some reason?
Was there anything really between the Midorima match and the Aomine match? Was that when the meal out was?
I don't think there was really any matches, because there was where we got Aomine and Kuroko's little kind of a backstory type thing where Kuroko was talking about his relationship with Aomine and how something, because Aomine and Kagami met at the court.
Yeah.
And number 2 was introduced.
Yeah. The little doggy. He was the
Little
best.
puppy. He's so cute. I love that Kagami's terrified of him.
Get him away from me!
One of my favorite things in the world is that Kagami is terrified of this tiny little husky puppy. So good.
It's because he knows that one Kuroko is bad enough. Having to deal with 2 is the real nightmare. Yeah. But yeah, there wasn't really much in between those matches.
We're introduced to Momoi.
Can I just say, if we're gonna talk about
Oh
Momoe,
god, that's what I wanted to talk
if
about.
we're gonna talk about Momoe, then I need to say great big shout out to what I believe is the first instance of proper fan service in any anime that we've watched for OKKO Anime Club. So I'm just like, yep. I was just like, yes, finally, breasts, genius.
I've been waiting since April last year.
It was,
but I didn't like her at first because I was like, who the fuck are you to come in here and say that you're Kuroko? I will end you. I don't know. I just
instantly, and I'm sure you all know why. This begs the question though: who is best girl?
Oh,
I love all the girls.
Is it Riko or is it Momoe?
It's Riko. It's easily Riko. Like Momoe is great. Momoe is great, and she looks great, and boobs are great, and everything. But you can't beat Riko.
Riko's fucking adorable,
exactly.
Man. You see the scene where she's studying with her dad and she's got glasses on. I lost my shit. I just fell over.
I like the bit where she suddenly gets like a burst of. She gets like this great idea. She's like, if you win this match, I'm gonna kiss all of you. And then it comes to the point where she thinks, shit, I'm gonna have to do this now. Oh no! And they're like, it's okay.
I love that they all, like,
right.
after she says that, they're all just like they don't really want it.
I also just love how sexist the show is, because it just says that all women are shit at cooking.
Yeah.
Just like, the guys make these really nice lemons, and she's like, And both the girls just
It's
can't make
just
the
lemon.
lemons for shit. It's like, cut the lemons!
It's not that they can't cook, it's that apparently they can't cut fruit. That's just
No,
seems...
she can't go to the fucking the curry
and then,
episode,
and then
man.
the curry episode.
Yeah.
The curry episode's real bad. She
Where
just
she's like,
it
"What
should
is
be a
nothing
lot
wrong with it?"
better
Well,
if she
she's
didn't
fine.
she
There's
didn't
nothing
add
wrong
a
with
ton
it.
of
Just put
vitamins and
protein,
proteins to
vitamin
it.
C, all these supplements. It's like,
I do love that the girls in the show aren't just there to be fan service. Like they're obviously drawn very adorable and sexy and also very have really great character designs, but they also have such good personalities and they're not just there as
And
a substitute to
superpowers.
be a girl. Like they're not there just
Yeah.
to have a lady there. Like they're
I think
there as
it's why
actual
it's so-
genuine characters.
It's why there's so few of them. It's because their reason for being in a show that is primarily guys versus guys on the court.
Yeah.
It is there's only a couple of them, which means they can be fully developed. Whereas if there were a load of female characters, some of them probably would probably.
I like
Would
how they
probably
both have their own
just adapt
superpowers
to-
as well.
Yeah, they have their own
with Rico
skills.
with Rico and her scouter ability, and then
Momoe with her
and then Momoe and her ability to tell the future.
She's so OP.
she's
I like how that
I
was
was like,
just
you are OP.
that was woman's intuition. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
no, it wasn't.
that is you cheating
have
at
that.
life, right there. You've plugged a Game Shark right into your life and just gone, yeah. So this person's weakness is that they do this, so they're probably going to focus on that. So they'll incorporate it into their strategy. So the exact perfect counter for this period of time is just do this.
Because she's a miracle too. She's the pink
See?
miracle.
She's the pink miracle.
She is the pink of the rainbow.
That is what I love about Generation
Skittles.
of Miracles as well. How they're all different colours and they all have the different colours incorporated into their name. And the one thing that annoyed me when I was like, but Kuroko doesn't have black hair. What is this? And then I realised that his first name is Tetsu, and I was like, he's got steel blue hair. That makes sense. And I was like, mind blown.
Yeah.
And Cam was happy.
I was because colours are important in anime.
Yeah, they
Because
are.
you
They
watch
are.
Super Sentai and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's because this is Power Rangers Basketball Edition.
yeah, I'll go with that.
Now let's make my basketball player grow.
Make him jump higher.
So good.
Are you trying to say that Rico is
When-
Rita Repulsa? Rico Repulsa.
Another part that I love when Momoe during the pool scene is also when we have Kuroko drowning. They're like, Kuroko! Now that starts to become a recurring thing. But there's Kuroko stops passing out. He's have such low stamina.
No, I can't deal with him. Can't deal with him. He's too good.
I love how the basis of Momoe and Kuroko's relationship is he gave her a lollipop stick. So it wasn't even a full one. It was literally just the stick. I don't want this. You can have it. And considering that it was a winning one. That's fine. But he hadn't even looked at it. So as far as Kuroko was concerned, he was just giving this lass his rubbish. She's like, here you are.
It's take my trash.
Oh my
I
gosh.
do something that I really like about the fact that it's established that Momoe has a huge crush on Kuroko, but she chose to go with Aomine instead of with Kuroko,
keep
so
trying
that
to
shows
keep
the
them in
nice
control,
little
yeah.
keep them in control. That shows their how strong their relationship is too.
Well, they were
mean,
they're
it is-
childhood friends, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, they're so
I
cute.
still feel like there's something with that relationship between Aomine and Momoe that I just don't get. Maybe it happens in season 2. Maybe there's something in there that justifies her not going with Kuroko, but going with him. I don't know. There's just something
Amine's
that I
probably
feel like
better
there's
in bed.
something more there.
Probably.
Probably.
I'm done. I'm done.
What was I going? They kind of touch on it. She touches on her reasoning by basically saying that if she said something along the lines of if she left Aomine alone, she wasn't sure what he would do. So what he would become.
maybe that.
It's like a sense
Maybe
of
maybe it's just
loyalty, I
in it or
think,
something. I don't know.
to the friendship.
Yeah. Who
It
knows?
is.
I guess we'll find out when Kuriko's finished.
Yep.
Because I don't
And
know.
Erin already knows, and she's doing it.
I know. It's so. There's been things where I've just been like,
I know, but I can't tell
can't
you.
even pretend to say something because I don't want to mess anything up.
Anyway,
Oh my gosh, I love
it's time. We've dabbled around long enough. Aomine.
Is it time for?
Aomine!
It's
time
time
for Aomine.
It's time for
Actually, not
Aomine's
yet.
match. No?
It's time for Aomine hasn't arrived yet, and we're like, oh, he's gonna be good. Because from the moment he's introduced, you're like, oh god, this guy's gonna wreck shit.
Yeah, he's just
He's-
a different
This
level.
is the guy that clearly
Yeah.
just doesn't care. He's that good. He just doesn't care anymore.
The instant he's introduced, you're like, okay, he's way different than any of the other Generation Miracles, like Kuroko, Kisei, Midorima. Like, he's on a completely different level, personality-wise, arrogance-wise, and, like, skill-wise.
The only
Just,
person
like,
who can
One
beat
who can
me
beat
is
him
me.
is him.
only... I love how many jokes come from that. It's just
Yeah, like
Yeah.
my tweet the other day.
Yeah. It's so good. I love it. But yeah, he's the biggest badass who's also the biggest dick in the world.
I love Aomine. He's probably one
I
of my
do too.
favourite characters. I think
Love-
he's great. And I think the one of the reasons why I like Aomine so much as well, though, is it marks a point for me where as soon as he got on the court, that's when all the action amped up by like
Yeah.
50%. The game
Yeah.
suddenly became that much faster. And like, because I'll be happy to admit that the show was kind of, I wouldn't say it dragged, but it was slow. Like, I was surprised at how slow I felt that it was moving at first.
Yeah.
And then Aomine turns up, and then the show just ended. I was like, oh, that was fast.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
his introduction and his plays are definitely like the writing and the pacing definitely reflects his play style
It
when
just-
he's on the
Exactly, it just takes it up another notch, and that's the kind of pace that I really like when it comes to shows like this. Like, it's got to be like bang, 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 because I'm very easily distracted. So I need things flashing at me all the time. I need
Like
my
your
anime to be
eyes breasts.
sensory.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
I
like
don't
I,
like
Yeah,
him.
I really like him. Yeah. I like him a lot.
I don't
I don't know. I just thought he was too much of a jerk, and there was one bit
Yeah.
where it was like explaining the relationship between Kuroko and Aomine, where like Kuroko holds his fist up for the fist bump, and Aomine doesn't go in for the fist bump, and I'm like, oh no, it's all gone wrong. It's all
Worst
gone wrong.
You
character.
can sort of like
burn him.
you can
Your heart just starts
understand.
breaking.
I think the backstory they give to him and sort of the justification as to why he acts like that is pretty solid.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it makes a
it's
lot
really
of
good.
sense because it's like the thing I like about Aomine as a character is like he is the best, and there are some characters just in similar positions to him who would just kind of squalor in that and be like, oh yeah, I'm the best. But it's almost like you can kind of see that he's almost an evolution of Kagami, in that he's
Yeah.
become so good that he can't enjoy basketball anymore.
Yeah,
Whereas
Like, it's painful for him.
yeah, but then you get I suppose the more realistic idea of it and the less noble one would be someone in that position, say in real life, would enjoy the idea of beating other people. You know, any kind of competitive sphere, be it sports or on like computer games, stuff like that. You get people like that just enjoy winning. They don't care about the game, they just like winning. That's why you get cheaters, that's why you get
well, I
things
think
like
it's
that.
just like the turning point is just when it shows the match where the guy just gives up in front
Yeah.
of him,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
and
I
it's
think
just like, yeah, I
that's
can
why.
kind of see why you turned into a massive dick if you had to
Exactly,
put
yeah.
up with
Yeah.
this. Like
That's
you want-
why I could never completely dislike Aomine, because as much as he is a bit of a knob, at least the reason why he is that way is kind of set in kind of a nobility, a sense of love for the game.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to enjoy basketball, and the fact that he can't is why he's a bit of a jerk.
Yeah.
well, it
It's
still
like a
does
very
the-
solid reasoning, and you think about like the age when it happened too, and like just he was the first to really blossom with that.
He's not a first year high schooler though. He just isn't.
I know, right?
I'm sorry. He's like a 25-year-old.
But you have to think he started doing those things in middle school.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
It's like
Nah, I'm fine with that.
Before it
though,
goes
like-
away, before it goes
Yeah,
away
I
in
love
chat,
it.
I need to say someone said that I probably don't like Aomine because he's voiced by the same guy who voiced Renjin Guji from Utapri, so that's probably why I don't
Well,
like
that's
him.
obviously
needed
why.
that. I needed
So-
I needed to say that before it went away because everyone's like
he's
disgusting.
voiced by Archer.
No, that is very much why Momoi's with him, because that just proves how good he is in bed if he's voiced by Ringuji.
yeah, there it is.
But none of this excuses him not fist bumping Kuroko.
No.
Oh
he
my
needs
god.
to be burned.
You never before I watched the show and read the manga, I never thought such a little action could hurt me so much. It's just like you feel so heartbroken. You're like, Kuroko just wants a fist bump. Fist bump him. It's friendship. Show him you're still friends.
That was probably
So
the most
sad.
upsetting thing in the show for me, because I like Kuroko
Yeah.
a lot. He's like Land Haru,
Yeah.
so there you go. Of course.
Land Haru.
Landharu.
Are you going to do a
then you get-
top
then
10
you get the,
reasons
like-
why Kuroko's the best?
See my top 10 reasons
Number
why Haru's the best.
reason
Pretty
reason,
much.
reason one.
My channel.
Reason one. Land Haru.
Land Haru. He totally is. Right. I want to talk about Kuroko when we get into characters. I'm not going to talk about it now. I'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah, there was gonna. I was gonna say there's like when we do get that flashback between Aomine and Kuroko, and then how like the shift in Kagami and Kuroko's relationship is also like very similar to what it Aomine and Kuroko's was at the beginning, and so that adds just another layer to Kagami and Kuroko's relationship as well, both at the start of like the Toho Aomine match, and then like afterwards with what happens afterwards as well.
God, that was even worse. Like, I don't know. Everything just upset me towards the end of it, and I'm like, please stop. I can't.
Because you
I
started
can't
getting more
watch this
character
anymore.
development, and it just started hurting. And you're just like, I wasn't expecting this from a basketball anime.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why?
It's because, and that just shows how good it is, because it makes you care about these people.
And even if you walk away knowing nothing else, you'll just know that Aomine is a badass. And he goes and he's like, oh, okay, he's out of the zone, and then he just throws the ball over his head, and it goes over, and it's like, whoa.
Oh my god, right? It's like,
So
Because like when that
Like-
moment came up, I was watching it, I was like, oh god, that bit's coming. My friend who hasn't seen it before is next to me. I'm just looking at him like, what's his reaction going to be? It's like,
I love the bit where he jumps past the hoop, and then he kind of throws it backwards in the hoop from
Yes,
behind the hoop,
behind
and I was like,
the
my reaction was just, surely that isn't allowed. Surely that's offside or something. Is offside a thing in basketball?
Offside.
And
then there was where he's
Emily turned
jumping
around
up.
and went, no, that's legal because he's not touched the floor and the ball's still in the air.
yep.
And he throws it like over his head like that.
Yeah,
When he's
it's like-
jumping up, and it's like,
There's
oh,
an NBA
it's
player
just
who did
nuts.
that. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, it's
Cheeky
so
bugger.
much fun though.
They
So much
made
fun.
like
As bad as you feel for Saren playing against that, you're just like
Yeah.
can't help. You're like, oh my god, Aomine is
the end,
awesome.
the end of that match when they do the little montage that's slowly getting smaller.
Slowly
and it's like
smaller.
they haven't actually confirmed that they've lost yet, but by this point it's like 97% that they've lost, and you're just like, why are you dragging this out? Just
I'm
tell
sorry,
us that they've
but
lost.
that bit was shit.
Yeah, it
Whoever
was.
thought that was a
Yeah.
good idea?
So bad. It was.
I was just
it made
like
me-
going,
when I was
"Ah."
watching it, I was like raging. I was like, "Why? Just keep it big!" Like
You know what I
and
did?
They
But
like
when-
re-showed some scenes.
Zoom
I was
in.
like, "Oh,
Just chase
It was
after
really-
and zooming in.
that's
when,
good."
when I was watching that, I was just like, I just went up to my telly and I was like, how long until it's as big as my phone? Oh, it's as big as my phone now.
Oh, it was like, yeah. I do love like the whole idea behind working together and never ever giving up because you don't know. Because that's a very reoccurring theme in sports anime and sports manga. Like the idea that as long as you keep trying and like don't give up until the end, like never give up until the end, until it's over, because you never know what's gonna happen. I do like how they approached it in this. That showed that like you can hold out and like fight all the way up into the end, and that's amazing. But there's also the idea that like you have to figure out how to fight as a team and not just like rely on like the friendship and stuff. Really, like, it was so sad. It was really sad. Even though you're like, oh well, they have to lose sometime. It still hurts.
Well, that's the fact, though, isn't it? It's
It's
like
like,
you kind of think, well, realistically, they have to lose at some point, but it always comes as a shock when they do.
Yeah,
Because it's
because
just like,
losing in sports anime is so rare.
yeah, and it's a big deal.
If it
as
happens,
well.
it happens like once or twice across an entire
Especially at this
franchise.
point as well, when you think this match meant a lot to like Kuroko and Kagami and pretty much
Yeah.
everyone involved, and they didn't just lose; they were annihilated,
Yeah.
pretty much. And it's just
Both,
like,
It's-
like
and,
with
like, when
pride
it's
and
usually-
like,
yeah,
It's
points.
usually close
Yeah.
when the main team loses, but they just got wrecked.
destroyed. Yeah.
And there's another person with the bird's eye view thing, which is apparently just a thing that loads of people have.
yeah. Apparently his was
Everyone
somehow though. Apparently his was better. I don't
Yep.
understand like how Eagle Eye could. What did they call it? They called it like Hawkeye or
It was
something.
Hawkeye. It's Hawkeye then Eagle Eye.
That's it.
Yeah, Tacos is like Hawkeye.
And it's like, how can it be better? You can already see everything. You can see everything in infrared.
It depends on how the pupil, like the irises, change. That's what it's based off of.
There's like that guy on Aomine's team. I've completely forgot. Toho, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. The guy with the glasses on that team. I hated him.
Yoshi.
Oh, he's a
I
knob.
hated him. I hated him. Like
You-
I
you
hated
were
him
so
with a
smarmy.
passion.
What about the apologetic mushroom?
Oh my god, I
Everyone
love
on that
that.
team.
That's like my favorite. That was one of my favorite lines.
I like it's just like what?
Well-
I don't. What?
I'm sorry.
Why am I a
I'm sorry.
mushroom?
I'm sorry.
Well,
I
Evie,
love
you
that
know,
when he
that
gets
character's
mad, he
voiced
gets
by-
so angry.
Who?
The guy who apologizes is voiced by Shimazaki.
Sakurai.
Are you joking?
The guy who
Okay.
apologizes all the time when he shoots is Shimazaki Nobunaga. That's Harry.
I need to rewatch
Yeah.
Kuroko
Yeah.
immediately. I have to go. Oh my god.
Bye.
Sorry.
Bye.
Oh my god. He's called Sakurai as well. I love that
Yeah,
name.
I like that name because it's the same name as my favorite Kamen Rider character. But you know, that's,
And the same name is Takahiro Sakurai, the voice of Polar Bear, and
And Masahiro
Like,
Sakurai, the
should
guy
I go?
who directed Super Smash Brothers.
so OKKO Anime Club does list of famous Sakurai. Sakurai, that one with the red hair from Rail Wars.
and the one in the frilly dress that collects all. Oh shit, that's Sakura.
Sorry, I want to go. I want to go
You
and
already
watch
messed it
Kuroko
up.
again.
I ruined it.
Does he come up in the
He's-
second season?
Yeah, Toho, there's a Toho match in season 2 as well. So.
Because I'm gonna have to listen out for that. and
Don't
I'll be like,
worry.
my Haru is here.
I like the guy with the like the short blonde hair that just gets like unnecessarily hype about everything, and it's like when
And he gets like so angry.
when they beat Seirin, and he's just not when they beat Seirin, when they beat was it Kaijo, when they beat Kaijo, it's like, yes, we beat Kaijo, yes, and it's like, dude, shut up.
Calm
He
down.
just gets so aggressive about everything. If he's happy, if he's angry, he's just always aggressive. Just constant aggression from him.
It's amazing.
I
That's
was
why
going
love
to
it.
say earlier, they made a reference in the Aomine match that Aomine had something to do with like street basketball. Did I make that up, or was that a thing?
No,
that
his
They
his
just said it's
style.
his style.
Yeah, his style is
It's
street
his style.
basketball.
His
Right.
style is street basketball. Yeah.
So it's very unorthodox.
So I was like, oh man, it's
yeah,
going to get
yeah. I think the idea is
That's why he's like always just flopping around
Yeah.
and making basketball.
he just does whatever he feels like, because they're like saying the problem with on-court basketball is it's very traditional, and there are lots of they use like optimal techniques to make the most out of movement and stuff like that. Whereas Aomine, he just does whatever he wants.
Just like,
Yeah.
I don't even care. I'm gonna be a big wiggly man.
It's like woo.
I feel like every episode of OKKO Anime Club, I say something stupid that's explained in the show, and I just don't pay attention. I'm just like, so
It's
there's something
alright.
about
Oh,
street
no.
basketball.
So-
We all do that.
So they mentioned something in the show about a ball. What's that all about? Yeah.
Yeah, what's the ball thing?
Why is that?
Yeah.
Why is that there?
Basketball.
I thought don't they use a puck in basket puck?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, basket
Basket
puck.
puck?
Yeah,
The puck
Is
that
Emily
Kuroko
Slick?
plays.
she's ill.
Oh.
She's not feeling very well.
Get well soon, Emily. Tell her that when she wake up.
I will. She's all tuckered out because of how awesome Kuroko was. That's all it is. She's
Went out and she
recovering.
tried to learn how to play, and she was like,
Hey!
Hey, I'm not
That-
even joking. After I watched the first season of Kuroko and like read all of the manga, I totally went and bought a basketball. I was like, I could be a basketball player. I was like looking for cords around my house.
I could be Aomine.
no, literally after I watched the first season, because the stinger I did for that video was me playing basketball, like that review, and I just went and played basketball with my friend for a day. I did an
It's so
Ignite
fun.
class.
Yeah, Dodger and I like, because we've
Ignite.
cosplayed as Kuroko and Kisei like 3 or 4 times whenever we get the chance. We love cosplaying as them. And so we always do like the Ignite pass and we break something every single time. But we keep doing it. It's just so
Well, of
fun.
course, it's the Ignite pass. You can't
It's
not
the
do the Ignite
pass.
pass.
How do you stop?
It's unfortunate that you don't live in your old place, Cam, because you used to live in a place that had a basketball court, didn't you?
that we never used.
Yeah.
I lived there for a year. My our other friends lived there for the year after. We never used that basketball court.
And that building had like hundreds of people in, and I never saw anyone on it.
I think I saw 2 people in there once.
Need to get them all to watch Kuroko.
Exactly. I think maybe they had, and that's why they were in there. It's the only feasible explanation that I can think of. Why would anyone play basketball?
Other than if they watch Kuroko.
All those professional basketball players, obviously, inspired by Kuroko, even though they'd probably been playing basketball before it came out. But they knew. They started playing professional basketball thinking one day there's going to be an anime that justifies my entire way of life. And that's Kuroko.
They felt it.
They knew it.
I need to go and grab a drink, so I'm going to go and do that really quickly. So
Not
you
allowed.
can talk about half the...
Okay, now let's talk about Kuroko.
Yeah, let's talk all about Kuroko.
Let's talk about how Kuroko sucks.
See, let's talk.
No. Oh, she even got one in there. So good.
I don't think I'm friends with Ebby anymore.
No, you just hurt her.
It's alright. She ceases being friends with me on a daily basis, so it's fine.
Something every day.
Yeah.
Something different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The show is just so good. Oh, I'm just like reliving it now.
Yeah.
Considering that I tanked like 10 episodes today as well, I was just like, oh, it's so good.
It's
Now, is Aomine foreign, or does he just like have a tanning bed?
I think he's just tan.
He just tan. He's not foreign. He's never specified as being foreign. Yeah.
It's like someone like Midorima is like white as a sheet, and then Aomine, he just looks like he's got a tanning bed.
They just tanned him because they're like, we need this guy to look like a badass, so they just tanned him.
Just gave him a tan.
Maybe he's a
It's
Garen.
never explained.
Maybe it just came with the Archer voice, so maybe they just made him.
That's true.
It just carried over. It's like, man. Yeah, I've always wondered that. I've been like, are they gonna ever explain why he's like super tan? I also think it's really funny how people are constantly like, oh, Kagami's tall because he's from America, even though he was born from Japan and both of his parents are Japanese. Just because you grow up somewhere doesn't mean you're the average height there. Like,
It's because of the
that's not
American
how this
climate.
works.
The American climate. It's
Yeah.
because of the American climate and the torture rack that he lay on every night while he was in America.
It's
Our constant
pollution. if
stretching.
Anything. all of the like smoke and everything.
Steroids.
And steroids. Everybody in America's on steroids.
Which would explain why he's so aggressive.
Yeah, he's like, I love when they do that, when they're like, he's so aggressive on the court because he played in America.
Yeah, exactly, he's an
I think-
American.
I don't know if they talk about it in the first season. I feel like they do. They mention it briefly at some point. But they talk about how Kagami didn't play. He was actually in Japan for his last year of middle school, but he didn't play because he absolutely hated the Japanese play style of basketball because it wasn't aggressive enough for him. I thought it was so funny. I was like, yep. Makes sense.
Just want to apologise for that last swear. That was a bit out of order. I'm sorry, Cam.
Aw.
Well, I
Okay.
suppose I'll forgive you.
Shall we progress from the Aomine match?
This is
then?
the best match in the
No,
entire series!
No.
Oh.
We've got Kuroko's crushing downward spiral first, where he just fucking gives
yeah.
up on the court, and he's like, we suck now, I'm crying, and everyone on the team was sad, and then they were all sad, and then it got better.
And then
Oh,
Kagami
giving
did
me
the
a
thing where it's like,
fist bump.
apparently our team play like isn't gonna be enough, and then he leaves, and Kuroko's just heartbroken and crying on the wall.
And then it flashed back to that stupid not giving the fist bump thing again. And I'm like, stop.
Stop it! Stop playing with my feelings.
That was the training with the beach and stuff. Was that before or after the last match? That was before.
It's
Before the
after-
last
That was-
match. It's after the Seirin
before
match,
the last
before
match.
the Kaijo
It's right
match.
before the very
Yeah.
last match. Yeah, but then we
Because,
also
like-
have. Oh, sorry.
Because that bit was great, where it's like, yeah, go get me some drinks, and he's like, yeah, I went and got all the drinks, and then he's just bollock naked and sweaty, and all the Crunchyroll comments for that episode. If you go to that episode and read the comments, it's just loads of girls going, "Oh my god, Kagami's so beautiful. Look how rich
Look at
Kagami is.
Oh,
Can I just
God,
say
I wouldn't-
Kagami looks really good with his clothes off?"
What I wouldn't
It's
have given
wrapped
to
as
be that.
hell.
What I wouldn't have given to be that old bloke in the bathroom at that time.
What I would have given to be the towel.
What I want to know is, did he actually get to wash? Because he would have been stinking out of that place if he
So
didn't.
smelly. Like, and he would have had sand everywhere because he's been running on the beach. Oh,
Not good.
I hope so.
He should have just gone and jumped in the sea to wash off a little bit.
I just love
Kidding.
the fact that Midorima was randomly there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, he was
scene
just there.
with
It's
them
like-
meeting.
Shutoku, oh yeah, we're just here. We come here every year. You bastards.
And then he's like, yeah, I'll show you a little something. It's like, how come I can't get past him even though I'm jumping really high still?
It's like,
And then he knocks it over.
It's because all you can do is dunk, so I just block here and then
I
you're
always
sorted.
know. I really like the part where they all find out they're at the same place with Kuroko's bedhead. Kuroko's bedhead. That's the first time we're introduced to Kuroko's bedhead. And all of their faces are just like, oh no, like just complete shock.
I love how they seem to have this running joke that Seirin like will go somewhere, like a restaurant or the hotel, and then Shutoku will be there, and like that's their traditional place. So they're just so Seirin will just turn up and she's like, we come here all the time. Why you gotta come in here and wreck our
I think
place?
one of the best things about that is it's just like Midorima was presented to be like this. He's a member of Generation of Miracles. He's badass. He's awesome. And then it's just like they spend the rest of the series just turning him into a comic relief pleb.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just
He's
like
such
the way
a
he
dork.
is.
He's a big tsundere. That's all he is,
Yes.
and it's fantastic.
A soon dork is what we're doing.
And I've noticed that every single time when he wears sunglasses, they get bigger.
Yeah.
The last pair of sunglasses that he wore in the last episode were just like, oh, Lady Gaga level. Just like, that's genius. Next
so funny.
thing, right? Like Kisei's gonna go up to someone in like the stores watching a match. And you'll see the green hair. You'll poke him on the shoulder, and he'll just turn around. It'll be Midorima in a welding mask. Like, how did you know? Because there's only
I was
one-
gonna say. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say there's only one idiot that I know that would wear a welding mask to a basketball game.
Just
I thought he just like cut a basketball in half and just.
It's my lucky item. Oh man,
And then
I'm
Kuroko
waiting.
doesn't notice, and Ignite passes his face.
I'm waiting for the day that Midorima's lucky item is a basketball.
Yes.
He's gonna be unstoppable that day.
Yeah, but then everyone's going to take the ball from him, and he's like, no. Lucky item.
It's his worst luck day ever. Everyone just keeps taking the ball from him.
Yeah. Can we talk about the best match
we
in
gonna
the
talk
show
about-
now?
End of the show. Yeah, that's all the episode of the show. It's over. Final thoughts. Bye.
Bye. But
Hey,
we didn't talk
everyone.
about Kiyoshi at all.
Hey.
Kiyoshi, tall Saren dude, gray hair.
Oh, Kiyoshi! He was
Kiyoshi.
amazing.
I was just looking at you like, I don't know who you're talking about.
I know. I was like,
I
I need to not say the name. I need to describe him.
I just know him as
weird tall
Teppei.
dude that comes in.
I just know him as Teppei because of Arashi Teppei from Captain Earth.
Teppei, yeah. Yeah.
Is he
Yeah,
introduced
actually-
before that match then? Yeah, there's quite a lot
Yeah,
of stuff.
he's
Yeah,
happening.
because he was introduced before the.
Yeah, he's introduced right after the Toho match because he's the one who kind of like talks to Kagami and Kuroko and
Yeah,
stuff.
he fixes it a bit by being
Yeah.
a massive derp.
He's like, it's okay,
I've
guys.
just been in the hospital. What's basketball?
And he comes in and he like has the first years playing a game. That's the first time we like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
see the first years play something.
I just wanted to see him
It's so
play 'cause
funny.
it's fun.
Because the
He's
team they play against is like, they've only put their
They're
virtues
so
up. They're
angry.
underestimating
Yeah.
us. And then they just get like knobbed over.
by Kagami just destroying.
It's amazing. Oh, so good. But yeah, he was awesome. I really liked him because he's kind of like he came in at a later stage, but he just sort of just slotted in perfectly. There was no disruption, and he just kind of I don't know. He was so laid back, but he's kind of like got that natural leader air about him as well, and it just
I want to know how he plays basketball real bad because they were saying like, oh, in the Aomine match, we might not have won if he was there, and I'm like, how does that work? I don't know how that works because he was real good at basketball. So I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually, I guess.
Well, you'll see.
But he was
If you
cute.
stop-
He was like really. I don't know. He was really. I like quirky characters, and he just seemed like the quirk master.
the
You're
You're like
master.
quirky characters,
Quirky
and then you're like every character in this show.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
everyone's
to
super
seeing him play.
quirky, so.
Yeah.
Definitely.
great.
Then that bit where it's just like Kagami beats him in that one-on-one, and then they're like, "Dude, you're wearing your indoor shoes." And it's like, "Oh no!"
He's like, oh.
Whoops! I'm wearing my indoor. They're all like, "Did you do that on purpose?" And he's like, "I'm wearing my indoor shoes." Shit!
He's like, yeah, because they're all just like, he's super derpy, and they'll randomly, like, Hugo be like, oh, he's always cunning and planning stuff. And you're like, how? He's just a super derp. What do you
He's
mean?
a clown.
Yes.
Oh,
He's great.
yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to make sure we talked about him because I love
definitely,
him.
I suppose the problem is he didn't really get to do much, did he? So
Yeah, he didn't get to do too much in this stuff.
I'm
so.
expecting big things this season 2. I'm expecting big things. Don't let me down. Show that's already been made.
Okay,
Time.
last
wanna
match.
talk about the match?
About the Kaijo match now.
Let's match.
That is my favourite match in the whole thing. Just,
It was pretty
Mine too.
fucking
Mine
good.
as well.
hands down. He doesn't even have Seirin in it, and I think it's just
Yeah.
because I just like every single character in the Kaijo team. I just love them. I just love them all. I love the kid who's like, I can receive everything. Ah, receive, dunk, yes. There's that guy. He's uber hype. I love the fact that they wear long black socks. That's sexy. I love the fact that the captain is really chill and like just cool about everything. And you know, Kisei isn't like, he's really good, but you feel like he's part of the team. He's not like Aomine, where the team is basically just Aomine and friends.
Not even
Aomine
friends,
and
I'd
his
say.
douchey friends. But yeah, and just that whole match as well, where it's like he's spending his time slowly like figuring out if he can copy Aomine or not, and then he does, and it's just like
That
oh,
bit was so.
Oh
the bit
my
with his
God.
like yellow after image when he's going
Yeah.
around
Like,
it.
they're like,
It's just like.
where is
And then this is the thing though, like when that happens, it's almost like, okay, Kisei's gonna steal the show now, but he doesn't. Like everyone else
Yeah.
still gets their like moment to shine in that team, and I was just like, these guys, I just love them to bits so much. I can't wait to see more of them. I want them to play in another match. I like them more than Seirin.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well,
That's
I
a
really
shame,
like.
because
I think-
they're
I
not
think-
the main team.
I know, it's really annoying because like the captain of that team. Unfortunately, I forget his
Kasamatsu.
name. Yeah, he's probably my favorite character in the entire thing, and I don't know why. I just really like him. I love his mindset and just the way he carries himself, and just his relationship with Kisei as well. I'm just like, he's pro.
He's great.
I love that match. I love that match so
that.
much. I'm gonna watch it
Match
again.
It's just so, if I having read the entire manga, the Toho versus Kaijo match is my favorite match of the entire series. I love it. Not to say like other matches aren't really great, but just the fact that they took two teams that weren't the main teams and made a match that was so intense and exciting with also like emotional build up to it with Kisei's character. And just seeing the interaction between Aomine and Kisei, how Kisei decides to stop admiring him, and oh no!
Why?
Baka Shift has been replaced by Bakura Shift.
Hey, at least he still has glasses.
Oh dear.
Oh no. This is the
It's
first
all
time
gone
he's
wrong.
dropped out and his internet is real bad, so I'm quite
Oh,
proud that we managed
no.
21
So
episodes.
that was good. So he made it. He made it pretty far. 2.5 hours almost.
Oh, Alan, I'm gonna ring him.
Oh no.
Karen's just like,
Yeah, no.
I am not standing up for this. I need to talk about my match.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, okay,
How
bye.
dare you- hang on. Where's
It's
the
like
thing
of all the parts he could have dropped out, it's the one part we've all been waiting to talk about the entire entire episode.
I can't say anything now because he's just going to come in and repeat exactly what I say. So
I
it's gonna-
know. Like, oh no.
Where is he?
This,
Can just
this
talk about
stream
how
has
much-
been amazing.
It's been
Just-
it's been awesome. It's
I'm
also
sorry.
been a nightmare
it's me.
as well.
It's my fault. I've just like brought.
Oh.
I brought the bad luck. I brought the
Boy,
stream
forever.
crashing. Oh man, he's like dropping and coming back in, and dropping and coming back in.
He's trying his best.
Alan,
Alan!
No,
it can't be as
Alan!
bad. It can't be as bad as the Free Eternal Summer stream where it was just like, no, we gotta stop now.
Oh yeah, that was
Oh,
so
no.
bad.
It's so sad.
And I was like, but I want to talk about free. Oh. Alan is dot. Alan.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
my internet did a
There
momentary
he
derp.
is.
I am back.
Hey.
I was just about to ring you and be like, how dare your internet drop out while I was
It's
talking
alright,
about the Kaiju game.
I needed a Waz
I know.
anyway, so I just killed two birds
It's
there.
like-
One of those birds was my internet. Progress. I'm
So,
back.
I
was
really
so
liked
good.
this match. I really liked this match and was surprised by how much I liked this match because I don't really care for the teams as much as I care for Seirin,
Damn.
but I was like the most hype. That was the most hype I've been.
That was the most hype
watching
match of
a
the whole
show
thing.
ever,
Definitely.
probably.
I was just like, ugh, for the entire thing, and it had. I think this is the thing. This is why I like Kuroko no Basket so much as well. Is the fact that these were two teams. It's like I said right at the start. Two teams. Neither one have been the main team, but they all have characters that are developed to a point where you can like them. They've all got a backstory. They've all got chemistry, and it's just as good as if the main team were involved, which makes me feel really good going forward. Watching season 2, there are going to be other teams, and I hope they do this again, where there are different teams apart from Seirin that play each other, so you get to see how those teams interact as well, and it's going to be genius. I want to see Kaijo Shutoku. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of
So
the biggest plus point of the Generation of Miracles as sort of a backstory is you've got this sort of massive level of development on those characters already.
Yeah,
they are foreshadows from episode 1.
Yeah,
so
you've got like
automatically
6 very strong characters instantly.
Yeah. And it means all of those teams are important, which unfortunately means that any team that doesn't involve a member of them is going to fall by the wayside.
The
But there
martial
aren't
arts
many of
team.
them anyway.
They're just the martial arts team, unfortunately. That's the
Yeah.
only name I know them by. The only
I know, me too.
Yeah.
I can't remember their names.
The only character from that team that I remember is the bald kid that shouted a lot. And he got usurped by the kid from Kaijo, who was just like, I received that! Oh! And then he does, and I'm just like, yes, you did it, you received that. And then they made a basket happen. And look at you, you're shouting with your short brown hair and you're adorable. There's just, that kid is just shonen. He is just a shonen manga materialized into a young boy.
I love him.
It's awesome.
I love how like Kaijo really shines in that match. Like we do get a lot of Toho in that match and seeing their personalities, but we get a lot of Kaijo for sure.
Yeah.
Especially like we were talking about Kasamatsu, seeing him like purposely fouling Aomine, the whole thing with that, like watching that little respect happen. I was like, oh, he's so badass, he's so cool.
And then just the bit where like when Aomine gets his 4th foul, and then everyone's like, shit, Aomine's got his 4th foul. He can't be as boisterous as he has been before. This could be the moment. They're only 9 points behind. They could really turn this around now because Kisei's like completed his copy ability, so he's basically as good as Aomine at this point, and Aomine can't make any of the crazy plays. Oh wait, Aomine doesn't give a shit.
Little did
and they have
know,
like the break of
he's
like
fucking
smacking the
Aomine.
ball.
Exactly. They didn't take that into consideration. He's Aomine. Why is he gonna care?
Yeah, that scene was real. That part where like it's the buildup of everybody's freaking out,
Mm-hmm.
and then he just like slams, or like when you have Kisei's buildup and everybody's starting to really root for Kisei, being like, "Oh, Kisei, there's gonna be a chance, there's a chance," and now he just slams the basketball into the basket, and the whole court just goes silent.
That instant, I was just like, Emily missed that because she was in the kitchen at the time, and she could just hear me go, "Oh!" And then she was like, "What happened?" And I was like, "Well, they
I stubbed
literally."
my toe.
I was just like they literally just reset after Kaijo scored, and then he just puts it in. He just goes, poof.
Yep.
What are you gonna do?
Because he's fucking Aomine.
Exactly.
Aomine.
Just go
But
straight.
you can also
in.
tell that he has a lot of respect for Kisei. He has
Yeah.
so much respect,
Oh, yeah,
and so that's
definitely.
nice.
Well-
Like at the end of that match, where you're like, you get that little bit where he obviously still cares. Where Imayoshi, his captain, is talking about how he obviously still has some caring left in him, and it's just nice to see that he is a huge dick, but he does care about these people that he played against.
Even long before that, the first thing he says when he knows that they're playing is, "Oh, great, I get to play against Kisei. He's one of the people that I can crush with all my might." Coming
Yeah.
from Aomine, that is a sign of respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a sign of, I can go all out against this guy. Like, in Aomine's terms, in how we've had the character presented to us, that is sort of one of the biggest compliments that he could be given.
Yeah, even though
Yeah.
apparently he doesn't. That's the one thing
Yeah.
that gets me. It's like how, like apparently there's another level to Aomine. Like what could it possibly be?
I can't wait to see that
Yeah.
because it's obviously coming. I can't wait to see that.
He's really good at basketball. He's got his street basketball. I suppose the one thing he hasn't got his superpower revealed. So I suppose we're gonna have to find out what that is. Because they all have superpowers.
Is the shit up?
It's his tan. That's why he has the tan. That's his power.
His tan. He just starts glowing. Blinds everybody.
That's what happened when the glasses guy was like, oh, I've seen his other level once, and that's why I have to wear glasses now, because he shone so brightly it damaged my eyes. Obviously,
We've been doing this for an hour and a half,
I know,
and
right?
we're not like even almost done.
Yeah,
No.
we're all
I think we're pretty much there.
We
Yeah.
haven't talked about characters yet. Do you know how many there are?
We've talked about each generation of Miracles member as we came to them in the match.
Well, I didn't.
I think
I
it's
said I was waiting for Kuroko.
I know. So we'll talk about Kuroko and Kagami a bit more now. If we're done with the match,
Yeah,
just about.
I suppose.
Goosebumps, and it's amazing.
I'm just gonna get Crunchyroll on my phone and watch it again.
Watch it again. I watch it when I work out. It pumps
No,
me.
Cam,
gonna-
you can watch season 2 right now, baby.
Oh, that's true. I could watch season 2. In fact, I have to watch season 2 before next week. So
Yup.
It's gonna be good.
I was like, part of me was like, shall I start season 2 early to get a head start? And I was like, no, because I'll get confused and probably start mentioning
Yeah.
I
stuff.
was just like, do I start season 3 before we've done these 2 streams? I know.
Yeah.
Thanks, Erin, for letting me know, because you remembered.
You're welcome. I did. I wrote a post-it. To remind myself.
Because I asked Erin to be the person who lets me know when a match finishes in the season 3 when it airs, so I can just watch it match by match instead of having to wait the whole time for it to all be done.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Watching it like episode by episode, it just hurts because it's like.
I'll tell you my
cliffhangers.
the main thing that happened with that was with season 2, and I'll tell everyone next week
Yes.
the situation where that happened, and it was just like, no.
So good.
But anyway,
Can we talk about Kuroko now?
No.
Kuroko.
He's my favourite.
Yeah.
I'm only here to talk about him.
Husbando.
He's like
It's-
husbando number 3, maybe.
Really? Is
Haru.
that
Haru.
is he up now?
Kai from Beyblade. From Kuroko. There you go.
Maybe he's got a lot of husbands, by the way.
Oh,
No, I
I have
have
a
one.
harem.
My maino.
Your mate.
And then
my
main
main.
which is Haru, obviously, because I can't have 3 Dakimakuras of a
She's
character
just
and him not be the
bits on
one.
the side.
And then I've got my flings, I suppose.
You flings.
But I love
Flings.
Kuroko so much.
Oh
Oh
God,
my God,
he's so
great.
great.
He's precious and lovely, and he has blue hair.
Ice cream.
He's so good. He's so well developed while also just being adorable, and he has so much personality that you're not expecting.
He's
from
just
him.
chill as well. That's the cool thing about him as well.
With all of that sort of chill and cute side, he still manages to be a badass.
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly.
Yeah.
When he does the cool
Yeah.
stuff, when he does things like the ignite pass and the I'm gonna chuck this ball across the entire court.
Yeah. Or when he like punches Kagami and he's like, you're playing exactly like the Generation of Miracles. So he's like just this huge badass, and he also has all of this like history to him. That means he's not perfect. Like he does have a lot of stuff that does affect him. Like after the Aomine match happened when they were playing against Midorima, and he saw Kagami kind of like acting this like turning into an arrogant jerk like the Generation of Miracles too. Like he's just such a fantastic character. Just so good.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised when he punched Kagami in the face, because I was like, no, Haru
I was
wouldn't
just
do
like-
that. And then I realised, oh wait, they're different characters. I have to remember they're different characters.
And you just go, oh, that probably wouldn't have hurt him at all. Kuroko's solid.
Look at them guns.
My God.
Best guns.
No, I really,
Yes.
really liked Kuroko, and someone asked before the stream, can't wait to see what merchandise Ebby's bought already. I bought a lanyard with Kuroko on that I can wear at conventions. And I got a prize figure of Kuroko, because it was too good. I like him a lot. I like him a lot. And maybe he'll be animated better in season 2 from what I've heard. I don't know.
Dude, quick spoiler, animation in season 2 is amazing compared to
Yeah,
season 1.
they
There's a
they
bit-
step it up.
There's a bit in there's the one bit that I pointed out when it comes to like
Should we
animation.
talk about Kagami before we move into animation? Because we're pretty much
Okay.
done with characters now, then we can just plow through.
Kagami
Yeah,
and his super legs.
He was an explosion with arms, legs, and a head, essentially.
and he ate 40, and
His torso was an explosion.
I like how he lived in America for a while, and part of the exposition of that was the fact that a normal meal is about 14 beef burgers.
Yup. And then he gives one to
that's what I eat
Kuroko.
every meal.
Here, you eat this one, mate. I'm on a diet.
I would have seen those microwavable cheeseburgers from Aldi that I've been eating a lot recently.
Are you eating? Have you got a diet training for basketball, Alan? Is that what's going on?
Totally. I'm about to take the lead.
I also really like Kagami a lot because he's one of every single character for the most part in this show is introduced as being a stereotype, and then you quickly learn that they have their own little quirks where they may be those basis stereotypes, they still are really endearing and personable. And Kagami is the same way, where he starts out as that super jock jerk face who's like just really good and arrogant, but you quickly learn that he is like really sweet and genuine, and like he loves playing basketball, and he's kind of an idiot, but he does care about his friends and like really wants to play and really just absolutely loves the game.
I think
Apart from that one bit where he's like, screw teamwork, and Kuroko's basically doing that again.
Yeah, he's like, and then he goes.
the
You see him
simplest
start to learn.
single word I'd use to describe Kagami is just passionate.
Yeah.
Which is something I really love in any sort of shonen lead, because it just makes the whole experience that much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
The two colours of Kuroko and Kagami work together really well, and that's what I like about them. The theming in this show is so good. That's all I have to say about it.
Yeah.
The motif.
Yes.
The motifs. Yeah, I really like. And I also just love Kagami and Kuroko's relationship as well. It's just really great.
Like, yeah, as good as they are individually, it's only sort of exemplified with them as like a combined little unit.
They just riff off of each other so well.
Yeah, they're so funny. Just the way they abuse each other is so funny to me.
I just casually punch my friend in the face for being a bit of a jerk. I've never had a friend like that I can just casually be like, you're being an idiot.
It's because you're not in a shonen manga.
I
Shonen manga, they just friends hit each other. Digimon friends hit each other. It just happens, man.
don't know. Should talk about animation then.
There's a bit I just want to like jump in here before I forget. The one thing that I noticed that was like the most blaring of like errors that I saw was there's a bit where it's when Kagami is playing Teppei in the one-on-one, and there's this one shot of him from behind, and Teppei's got a really, really tiny head. And I was just like, I had to rewind and be like, Emily, look at how small this guy's head is.
There's a lot of that. Because like, they sometimes, in sort of in-betweens, they have yaoi proportions.
Oh my
It's just
god,
all
yes.
hands.
It's so bad. There's actually one scene, they fixed it in the Blu-rays, but in the airing, Kuroko and Kagami both had the number 11 on their jersey. It's either number 11 or number 10. And they were in the same scene. So they're like standing next to each other with the same numbers on their jerseys. And you're like, wait a second. Man, and they're like, there's times where they're running, it's just so derpy. It's just like, and their heads are just like squished.
It's like, yeah, and then there are moments. I think that's probably one reason why the first match with Seirin and Aomine's team is so striking as well, because you can tell that Aomine's animations when he's doing street basketball, that's where all the animation budget went.
Yeah, that's where they put the money.
Just ramps up to 60 frames a second.
Yeah.
The thing
That
I-
and
it's-
the pass from the other side of the court.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Kuroko
ignite
does
pass.
spin.
The thing that I like the least about Kuroko's aesthetic as a whole is the shading.
Well,
Yep,
with
yep,
the
yep,
next-
yep.
Shading is horrible. Like, and that's something
I
that
hate
does
that.
carry on. It's in the manga.
Yeah.
That's in season 2, probably
I
in
feel
season
like-
3 as well.
It's on our slate
Yeah.
there. Look.
Yep.
I feel
Yeah,
like
it's right
that
there.
was a
Yeah,
thing
I
that they
hate
tried
that.
to do. They tried to translate it from the manga, and it just didn't work.
Because it's completely
manga's very
unnecessary,
heavy
because there's
shading
normal
later
shading as
chapters.
well.
Oh.
Because it's the normal
Yeah, it's
shading
like over
style,
the
just different-
normal. It's really weird. Yeah.
It's just so like,
It's like-
cutty and blocky and weird. It just doesn't look good at all.
I hate it. Yeah,
is
that's.
a bit
I would agree with
jarring.
that. That's like one of my biggest, like, I have a lot of issues with the animation in season 1, and that is one of the biggest ones. Like you said, it carries over. And it's just like, you don't need two-tone shading, like, with that. Like, don't line it. Don't sketch it.
I think the main thing, like, if it was just lines, it'll be fine. But it's lines with a fat outline as well.
Yeah.
And it's massive. It's like they've got really shit tribal tattoos.
Yeah. Oh, it's so bad. I don't like. I just like.
It's like, my mate did this with compass and some barrels.
Yeah, the proportions
one
can get really
thing-
crazy too.
I don't think this is like an animation thing, but I like how they immediately start sweating like after the first play, and it's just like, oh, they're drenched already
No, it's
immediately.
Half of
They've-
the animation budget goes to Aomine, and the other half goes to animating the pretty sweat.
Yeah.
I am convinced.
They'll be sweaty before they go on because they will have warmed up extensively beforehand. Because if they just went straight out onto the thing, they just all cramp up and fall over and not be able to
Just
play
like,
basketball.
It's like it'd be like when I go to the gym.
Yeah,
I don't warm up when I start working out, so that's what happens to me every week.
yeah. They went from 0 to they'd just all be on crying.
But for noobs like me who don't know anything about like working out and doing stuff, it's just like, well, why are they sweating immediately? I don't get it. I didn't see them warm up. I
Well,
don't
there you
get
go.
it. Like,
That's
it's
where
really
they-
I
warm.
know.
It's really warm in there.
yeah, it's the lights or something.
Yeah, it's all.
And it's because they can see Momoi and they're just like, oh god.
I think it's so funny in like the first episode when they're showing something that just I never understood this creative choice when they show Kuroko's ability for the first time in episode 1 when it turns like pink and super sparkly. Like I thought that was so funny. It's like, oh my god, he's so pretty. He's so pretty.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh. He's very pretty.
Yeah, animation's pretty derpy until you get to that final match, especially during the final match. They like
So
is
good.
when the animation is top
Yellow
tier.
outline, blue
Yeah,
outline,
man. Is this the aura?
Mm-hmm.
Super Saiyan. That's basically what
I'm
happened.
excited.
Kisei went Super
Yeah.
Saiyan.
Yeah.
Super Saiyan.
I'm really excited about
It still
seeing what
wasn't
it was
enough.
like in season 2 because obviously I don't know. So I'm really
It's
excited
basically
about
like
that.
akin to the highest points of season 1, but consistently.
Good.
Mhm. Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, you can tell that like it suddenly got like a lot more budget dedicated to it. The opening of season 2 is just amazing. The first
Because I
one.
feel like I don't have many problems with the animation now, but I feel like when I come back next week, I'm gonna be like, season 1 was shit, man.
Exactly. That's exactly.
I think it's
what happened.
overall, it's still fairly like there's nothing to complain about overly. It's not the best, but it's pretty decent. I mean, for IG standards, it's definitely nowhere close to what they're capable of, even for the time, because it's a little bit old now.
Yeah. Yeah, it came out in 2011, 2012. I think is when the first season aired.
And I mean, like stuff IG's made long before that looks so much better than this, but that's understandable down to like budget allocation and everything, and time constraints and all that.
Yeah.
But
Like the manga was pretty popular, but after the first season of the anime aired, it got really
They just seem
popular.
to explode after that, yeah.
Yeah.
It exploded.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of like gobsmacked that it hasn't been brought over to the West officially.
Right? I don't understand.
Just thinking about that. That's
I'm
so
fighting.
weird.
I've been fighting. Anytime somebody's like, "What anime would you like us to license?" I'm like, "Kuroko no Basket."
I've not really
Let's do
seen
it.
any. I've not really seen any sports anime come over to the West in a long time.
No,
None at
like-
all.
Hey, free is.
No.
Free is.
Haikyuu is getting Sentai licensed. Haikyuu.
Oh, no, not Sentai.
Sentai license doesn't even count.
I know, but it's maybe that's because sports anime didn't ever really do sports anime and sports manga never really did very well. But I also think the audience for it now
I think
is
it
way
depends.
bigger.
Because like loads of older stuff did, like Initial D all came out in various different licenses. Ippo as Fighting Spirit was quite popular,
Slam Dunk.
but the volumes are like impossible to find now. But Ippo was out at one point over here, well, not over here in the US rather.
Yeah. I can't believe it hasn't been licensed.
I
The
sh-
manga was like number 3. The manga was like third most sold 2 years in a row, right behind Attack on
Well,
Titan and One Piece. Like,
And
it's
maybe
like
they're
it's
just sort of
so-
like grasping that license with an iron grip and not letting backer gaijins
Yeah.
get hold of it.
Ah, please, just, you're hurting me. It hurts. I just want to own it. I own almost more than
Just
half
buy
the
it.
volumes in Japanese. I want
Yeah,
it in English.
I was gonna say, just do that.
I have almost all of them in Japanese, but I can't read it. I just look at the pretty pictures.
Okay.
Just that this would be so good
Let's
if I
make
could
a point,
understand
though,
it.
which is the music, which was fucking awesome.
Oh, I love the
It
music.
is so like blood rush, hot pumping, mega super turbo action.
Rock. Oh, it's so good. It's exactly
I'm more
what you want
excited.
to hear
Yeah.
when it's
It's just
good.
like
I'm more excited
ultra.
about season 2 because I know one of the endings is done by old Codex, and I'm excited about that. I'm very excited about that. Just putting that out there.
It's no ending. Like you don't watch the endings because that gets in the way of the next episode.
Oh, Tote's
The
gonna watch it.
openings, though, I love the season 2, like first opening is my favorite.
Shoutouts to Grand Rodeo for both season 1 openings.
Grand Rodeo. They've done every single.
Have they done all of them? Oh, wicked! I like
Yeah.
Grand Rodeo.
Yeah,
There's
they're great.
good songs.
Grand Rodeo was like the only good thing about. I've forgotten the bloody name of the anime now. That's how much it was. It was a
Just
good.
because it's just Grand Rodeo.
Yeah, it's just
Grand Rodeo, the anime.
Actually, I've got to make sure that it's correct now before I talk
I
rubbish.
think they're actually doing Grand Rodeo is like voicing like a really short, like online only 5-minute anime. The lead singer of Grand Rodeo is. Yeah.
There we go.
like
There we
Grand
go.
Rodeo
Grand
anime.
Rodeo.
It's
Grand
cool.
Rodeo was the only good thing about Codebreaker. That's what I was gonna say.
Codebreaker.
No, Cam. The best thing about Codebreaker was that fucking dog. You know, it's like that dog was sick. His legs were just like flailing about like Michael Flatley. Codebreaker,
Should we move into
you-
final thoughts because we've been doing this?
No, we
for-
need to talk about the music because the music was awesome. All of it. The OST was badass. We haven't actually talked about the OST and like the incidental music. It was pro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just.
I thought I didn't. I must
You
have.
know, you went, Alan, this is not a discussion. You went, the music's so good, and then no one else said anything.
I agreed.
Did I just space out for a second?
I
then, or
think you
something?
did.
Yeah, a
I
little bit.
gave quite an extensive little chunk
Yeah.
of.
You were like
Words
really
on-
into it.
Unless I was just zoned out and I thought you were talking about the openings and endings. I know.
I hadn't discussed those yet.
Well, okay.
And then
Never
I
mind
was
then.
just like, excuse
Fine.
me, just old Codex in next
Codex.
season. Just saying.
Cam doesn't listen to me. My friend hates me.
Wow,
I do.
Cam.
I do hate it.
Wow.
What did you like about the soundtrack, huh?
It was good. I like the soundtrack. It was good.
I liked the notes and the sounds.
I liked
I
the
love
moment
the
the moment that I
sounds.
first heard some of like the more upbeat tunes. The first thing that went through my head was, oh, cool, blimey, I could proper listen to these at the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good. I also listen to it when I'm like running the rock sound like music.
Yeah,
Oh, it's,
yeah.
it's really good pump. It fits perfectly for the matches, and there's never like a song that feels weird or out of place or doesn't benefit the scene in some way.
It was a Sugoi OST.
Desune.
Sugoi.
Okay, we can do final thoughts now. Now that my weird senior moment has just passed. Let's move on.
Okay. Usual order, I will start. Kuroko no Basket, Kuroko's Basketball, is the anime that got me into sports anime. Straight up. And I adore sports anime now. Some of my favourite shows are sports anime. And I owe it to this thing because for me, Kuroko is, without a doubt, hands down, not close, the ultimate gateway sports series because it's so accessible and it's so good. It's not stupidly long. It's not like some of the best sports series are like stupidly, ridiculously long. You can't just be like, yeah, go watch Ippo and they're like 70 episodes. No. Kuroko is compact. You can just watch it. It's so easy to just get into. For what it is, there's so little to just turn it off of people. I feel like anyone can just watch Kuroko and enjoy it, even if it's not really their thing. And it's also, I think, a show that's a mind changer for a lot of people, because some people will sort of be like, I don't give a crap about that sport. I don't want to watch this show. Like, I don't care about basketball. I don't care about basketball. Don't care about basketball at all. Watch this show, now I do. Basically. I'll save my main thoughts for next week after we talk about season 2, but season 1 was a great ride. It really got me into it, and it made it so like when season 2 came around to starting, I was so excited to watch it. Is Royal Good Show 8 out of 10.
Way.
Boom. The Jezzers. Take it
Stop
away.
calling me that. Like, everyone started calling me Bejezzers, and I don't think I like it.
The Jezzers.
Next,
I call-
Alan, next week change the slate so it says Bejezzers instead of Bizarre Jelly.
Yeah.
I will quit.
Jezzers. Like,
I am done.
No,
Oh, the-
Alan, make 2 slates, yeah? I'll layer them over each other, and then at intervals I'll just turn the first one off so it just says Bejezzers, and then before Eddie can notice, I'll put it back on again.
oh,
I know now, you can't do that.
Nope.
Anyway, back onto Kuroko. I was really surprised by how much I liked it because I genuinely thought it was going to be super overrated for me. I obviously can't speak for the second season because I haven't seen it yet because I didn't want the second season to affect what I thought of the first season. So I really liked it. I don't know that I can say much more than everything we said. Kuroko's precious and he made the show way better than I thought it would be. In a way. So I'm going to give it... I made the mistake of giving season 1 a 10 when I shouldn't have because it left like no room for improvement. So I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to give Kuroko an 8. And I hope that changes to a 9 next week, but we'll see.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's me now, isn't it?
Tensei Toki.
Tensei Toki! So, Kuroko. Is Kuro Pro? That's it, I'm gone, bye. No, yeah, I don't know, like, sports anime is something that I've kind of only recently gotten into. Like, the first proper sports anime that I watched was Haikyuu. And as much as I enjoyed Haikyuu, I feel like I was a bit underwhelmed by it, because, like, one of the reasons why I was kind of interested in starting to watch sports anime was kind of the more grounded action aspect of it, and, like, because it just felt like a natural sidestep from like just generic fantasy shonen stuff.
Yeah.
And I felt like I didn't really get that with Haikyuu. It was kind of, as much as I liked how grounded it was, there were only a couple of moments. Unfortunately, the first moment, and one of the few moments, was the first episode, which kind of made me really go, oh, that was badass! And so I didn't really get that with Haikyuu, and so I feel like Kuroko kind of was able to capture that within me more readily, and I felt like it was a little bit of a shit, because I have to try and be critical at some point. I felt like it took too long for me to get really invested in it. So like I was enjoying it all the way through, but it wasn't until the final 2 matches that I was really like, oh, like proper hype as hell. So I'm just kind of hoping that going straight into season 2, I can kind of ride on the coattails of that and kind of keep it really, really, yes, and enjoy it as much as I did those last 2 episodes, because I haven't felt like that in a long time. I will admit, I feel like I've had a bit of a slump when it comes to hype for anime. I don't know whether that's just because of personal stuff or whatever, but I found it harder to enjoy anime these days, or at least not on that level. So I was glad that this show wanted to make me jump out of my seat towards the end, and like that's something I've not felt in a long time. For that reason, first season of Kuroko gets an 8, and if what people say to me is true about the second season, I can only see that going up.
Special cam rating.
No, it does. No, it falls short of a special cam rating because it's not Hero Man.
Yeah.
But
I feel like me and you are actually experiencing sports anime for the first time, sort of together in a way.
The only other thing that I've seen, I suppose, Free was kind of the first thing that I watched. I suppose actually.
Hadn't you seen like Ippo before all of that though?
No, I didn't start watching Ippo until after we watched Free.
Okay.
I like I say, sports anime is still quite a new thing to me. Like I've always wanted to watch Ippo. I'm still quite back in Ippo at the moment.
I'm just really worried that when we finally get Ebby to watch Hippo, she's not going to like it because all the characters are butt ugly because their job is being punched in the face.
I just
Yeah, and it's also older, so it has that other still older
so with
style,
Ippo at the moment,
Ippo looks gorgeous.
But Ippo looks amazing. Yeah,
I've forgotten his surname,
Yeah.
but in Ippo, I just got to the end of the fight with Rio. The guy with the wobbly punches.
Yeah.
I just got to the end of that fight, which was pro, but that's beyond the point. That guy, with his bloody brawler stance, whatever it's called, the Hitman stance. That's it.
Fucking love that guy.
Oh, so good. But yeah, anyway, it's not Ippo. that's why
not Ippo,
that's why it
8 out
doesn't
of
get a
10.
special cam rating, because
8
it's
out
not
of
Ippo. But no, so yeah, I really, really enjoyed Kuroko. It made me feel things I haven't felt in a long time. So yeah, 8 out of 10, solid 8 out of 10. It can only go up. I can't wait to watch more. And part of me, when I first started watching, I was like, I'm not going to finish this until the day of club. How the hell am I going to squeeze another 25 episodes into 1 week before the next one? I'm going to do it. There's no problem. Now I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to do it.
It's
It'll
gonna
watch
be
itself.
okay.
I'm watching all of season 2 tomorrow, and I can't wait. It's gonna be so good.
Oh, just remembering.
Erin.
Oh boy. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 based off of just season 1 alone. Separating myself from both season 2 and the rest of the manga and everything. But Kuroko, like, I agree with everything that all of you said. It's very accessible for a lot of people who haven't watched sports anime, and for a lot of people who look at the sports genre and think it's not for them, or that there's no way they could possibly enjoy it. It's just so much fun. It has a lot of really good humor. The series composition is really well done. It's like the character development, the character relationships, the chemistry. It has everything that a really solid story in general needs to be good. And then it has the added aspect of being a really inspiring, like, fun sports anime. And I think it's my favorite manga, it's one of my favorite anime, and I just absolutely love it and think that everybody needs to watch it. It gets you pumped up. It's got really great matches and, just like I said, awesome characters. And I think that's one of the most important parts of it that people may not think a sports anime can have, and I think Kuroko really excels at having fantastic characters and their relationships. And it's just so much, you just get pumped and excited and hyped to watch it, and just like wanting to marathon it. It's so easy to marathon. So I give it 8.5 because I think it's outstanding and I absolutely love it.
So it doesn't get a special Aaron rating.
I can give it a special Aaron rating. Is that like, what do I do for special Aaron
Give
rating?
it a 10.
Basically, a special X rating.
Enjoyment,
Is
if we're going to go off of like enjoyment, it's like 1,000 out of 5 is what it is.
When you do your
I
special
love
rating,
it.
that's just
I
like
adore
disregard everything.
Oh,
This
disregard
is a
everything?
10.
Yeah, 1,000.
Yeah.
Like, if I could get every single person in the world to watch Kuroko, I would die happy. Like, everybody needs to watch it, and everybody needs to love it, because they all love it.
It's like
so
a form of
good.
conscription. As soon as you're old enough to understand basketball, you must watch Kuroko.
I am totally planning on forcing my kids to watch it, and I have the secret hope that one of them's going to want to be Kuroko, and that they'll start practicing basketball.
They'll start practicing
like
misdirection.
I'm so happy. That would make my life. I would just be so excited if that happens.
Right,
I love it. Everybody needs to watch it. Just go watch it. If you haven't watched it, why have you not watched it?
That's my mission
I
with
spoiled all of it for you if you
I was
hear.
going to say,
Sorry
they should
about
have
that.
watched it if they're watching this. That's the whole point of the show.
It's like we're in the show.
So this is our longest OKKO anime club yet, apparently.
Way!
We did it.
This particular show has broken a lot of records. The one that stands out the most to me being the first show that we watched that's got proper fan service in it. Way! That's a victory for Cam.
I wrecked the layout.
Everyone wants us to keep going until we've hit 2 hours.
So
Only
basically,
3
we just need to camp out for 2 minutes. I'm gonna go with the loop.
Yeah.
I put a name
Makes
on screen. I'll fix that next week. I put a Y in your name on the screen. That's wrong.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
in
what did you
place-
do?
On the other place, it's a Y.
Wait, what?
Oh, what did you do?
It's
And can I
okay.
just say-
For the longest time, I thought my name was like Happy Space Lee Space Aaron, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
And I also find it quite amusing that because I do this layout with all caps, because your name isn't separated, it's just HappiLeeErin.
Yeah.
Happy Lyric. I know. I realize now that I probably could have picked an easier name, but I just loved the pun so much, and my grandpa loved puns so much that I couldn't change it. I had to go for it.
But while we wait for the next 2 minutes to elapse,
A whole like 45 seconds.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the-
probably 2 according to the ding dong.
well, yeah, next week we're going to be talking about Kuroko no Basuke Season 2, obviously.
Dun, dun, dun.
With Erin, again, obviously, because who else
Your
would be
guest next
here?
week is Erin with a Y, apparently.
Yeah, I'll be different.
According
It's
to
this.
Nega Aaron. It's Nega Aaron.
It's the special Erin rating next week.
And
So
it's going to be real fun,
excited.
so don't forget to watch it, because I might, I don't know. And also, we have the Anime Club after stream thing going on, probably on plug.dj/Otaku Kato. So come join us and play some Kuroko songs or something.
Rock music. And we'll talk about basketball in the chat.
Yeah, man. Alan, I want to watch an anime like Kuroko with you someday. Because the only anime that we've watched together is Silver Spoon. That's all we've watched together.
Can we watch Built Fighters Try together?
Yes.
Oh my god, Erin, can you watch Gundam Build Fighters, please? You'll love it. It's a sports anime with
Yeah.
plastic.
Yes. Yes, I can.
Let's do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're watching Build Fighters Try together.
Oh
Maybe
my
both
God.
seasons.
Hang
Build
on.
Fighters Try is like hyper shit battle shonen, but with toys.
I can't wait.
Yes.
That's amazing. Yes, let's do this. I'm excited,
Okay,
mate.
thanks all
Good.
very much for joining us, guys. I've been Backshift. This has been Ebbles, Bejazzers, the one and only.
Just
Tensei
Tensei Twezzles.
HappiLeeErin. We will see you same time, same place, 4 p.m. EST on the dot next Saturday. I hope you all join us. We look forward to it. We'll see you then. And Ebby and Cam, I hope you enjoy season 2.
I'm sure I will. I'd be very, very surprised if I didn't. But you know.
Bye.
Bye.
oh jeez.
Oh, shut up. Broken microphone. Erin,
I got to do another goodbye.
Quick, stop!